so.
A little bit, but it's fine. Overall.
Yeah. Let's see if mine will load, because I'm not on the Wi-Fi.
It'll load.
I mean, we're getting good signal right now, so.
That's fine. Overall.
Let's see, there we are.
Perfect. Alright, let me go ahead and go to my channel. I'm going to share it to the wifey so that she can tell me if it sounds good on her end. Hell, she may even put it on the screen.
Well, I mean, from here we sound good.
Yeah.
See? I mean, my phone's a hair behind the actual broadcast, but actually I need to go back into that. Go ahead, talk.
Hey! This
What's
is
up, y'all?
TPAW and
The Karnage.
for Crazy Peas. And we're doing things a little bit differently because his laptop decided to crash out or something happened to it. But
I think it's just the charger plug.
yeah, so we're recording off my laptop with my work video camera because it's actually really good, quality. And we decided to go with one mic for right now. With it, basically the gist of it is we had to adapt. But we're going to be talking about 48 Laws of Power, which I got to chapter 2 before.
Well, technically, like I was saying, the preface. I mean, did you listen to the whole thing?
Yeah, the preface
That's
is
its
like
own fucking chapter, dude.
Yeah,
Technically,
it's
Law
like
2
26
is
26
chapter 3.
minutes. Yeah, it's like 26 fucking minutes for that preface. But holy shit, like, it is so interesting so far. He got a hold of it because someone on Instagram shared a video, or I think it was TikTok, something like that. But
it was oh, what the fuck's the guy's name? Not
Robert
Sneeko.
Green.
It's the other guy.
Not Sneeko.
It's the other guy that's done a few interviews here recently. That's one of the inner circle for Andrew and Tristan.
Yeah.
Because he's met them.
Okay.
He's even had dinner with them and, you know, talked to the girls, their girlfriends and whatnot and stuff.
Yep.
And
So
I don't remember the guy's name, but he made a comment about I could only get 4 chapters in, and then I had to stop because if the book doesn't scare you, there's something wrong with you.
yeah. So like I was listening to it. I was waiting for the scary parts. They haven't happened yet, but they said that it's supposed to be this terrifying book that like has a lot of terrifying stuff in it, and so I'm wondering if that's just a marketing tactic or if that's just like them basically trying to clickbait and trying to get us to buy, like, you know, to download the book for free. I wonder if they even know
it was
the guy.
awesome that it was for free on Audible.
Yeah, it is. It is free on Audible.
I was like, 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah, 48 Laws of Power by Robert E. Greene. It's free if you guys want to take a listen
currently,
to it. Yeah, right now it's
and
free.
if people download it, then they'll actually make you pay for it.
Yeah, they'll probably end up like making it like they're probably like, dude, we just gave out 3 million copies of this book. Like, come on, let's start charging, and so then people are gonna start charging money for it. But yeah, no, the first chapter reminded me of the Rule of Two, like Sith, like don't outshine your master and be very subtle about it, and you know, if you're going to gain power, and like everyone loves power and needs power. And then you got chapter 2, which is about choosing your friends carefully and talking about how most of your friends, if not pretty much 99%
I hope we don't get
or
demonetized. We can do the first few seconds of it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll turn my volume all the way up to make sure they hear it.
The guy's a very interesting narrator too. Like, he's very monotone.
Never outshine the master. Judgment. Always make those above you feel comfortably superior. In your desire to please and impress them, do not go too far in displaying your talents, or you might accomplish the opposite. Inspire fear and insecurity. Make your masters appear more brilliant than they are,
Oh yeah, you can
and
have
you will
that.
attain the heights of power. Transgression of law.
No. You want to hear more, go into it, but that's where TPAW's talking about how that sounds like the law of the Sith.
Yeah, like it sounds like it sounds like you're listening to a Sith Lord's
Hang on a
fucking
Think as you,
holocron or something.
Here, I'll just give you little snippets of 38 because that's where I was
think
at.
as you like, but behave like others. Judgment. If you make a show of going against the times, flaunting your unconventional ideas and unorthodox ways, people will think that you only want attention and that you look down upon them. They'll find a way to punish you for making them feel inferior. It is far safer to blend in and nurture the common touch. Share your originality only with tolerant friends and those who are sure to appreciate your uniqueness. Transgression of the law.
I literally like the first
I
couple
just
chapters.
figured I'd throw that out there since
Yeah.
I wanted to put it back where I was at.
It is so interesting because I was sitting there listening to the preface because it started in the living room and then like it came up here just to chill out for a bit, and then I listened to the first chapter while I was editing photos because the wife's like, photos from the hiking trip because you haven't sent them to me yet. And I was like, well, that's not giving me a million things to do, but like, so I went upstairs to the office and then like started editing some of the photos and then sending them to her and stuff. And while I was doing that, I was listening to the audiobook in the background. And when I was listening to the first chapter, I was like, this is straight up rule of two. Like the master and the apprentice type thing. Like, it's straight up rule of two. Like, the way that the guy was talking and stuff and then using excerpts from history and stuff, I'm like, I feel like I'm listening to a Star Wars thing. And then...
But see, okay.
Go ahead.
On that note,
Mm-hmm.
is scoot this way. You leave yourself out of frame.
Oops.
But anywho, no. So here's
I
the
thought
thought.
the camera was white.
Is that where George Lucas got the original ideal for the rule of two
When did
because
this
of
fucking thing
stuff
come out?
like this?
Yeah, when did this fucking thing come out?
I don't know. You'd have to check.
I'm curious about it because, like...
Because I told you to listen to it because I wanted to get your snippets on the first
Yeah,
few
like,
chapters.
honestly, I know very little about this thing aside from the stuff I've listened to. 48 Laws of Power. It says, came out, originally published in 1998. What the hell is that?
That's just the wind.
Oh, okay. But yeah, 1998. It says John and
So
Self-Help.
after...
Yeah. Well, no, it's
before
it's
Rule of Two
yeah,
was
'cause-
in the book. Because Rule of Two, and it wasn't Lucas who wrote the Bane series, because I think it's in the second book that he decides he's going back to the old school Sith rules where there's only an apprentice.
Darth Bane Rule of Two by Drew Karpshin came out in December 26th of 2007. So nearly 10 years later.
So what if he actually, somebody recommended this book to him and he's like, oh, I could use that for Star Wars.
Yeah, that is so interesting. Like, it's like a decade difference, and like
That's the weird thing. You brought it up. That's what it sounds like. And my thought is, what if that's where the guy got the original idea?
Yeah, like holy shit, bro. Like,
Don't show your master you're stronger than them to be ready to kill them and take their place.
yeah, like the whole first chapter is about that. Like, it's about like, and it applies to so many different scenarios. Like, as I was listening to it, I tend to get like really introspective sometimes when I'm listening to something.
In.
Or yeah, I zone in and I dial in and everything, and like I just start analyzing like different phrasings, different words, whatever. I'm very audio driven now, and so that's part of why I want to make an audiobook. But like with this thing, I was thinking of like my brother and his friend, my buddy, and I was thinking about work. I was thinking about different jobs I've had, scenarios, this place, like so many different scenarios, like sociology wise, how this can apply to that. And it was so intense and interesting.
And
on
how you've seen me do that sort of thing.
Yeah, like I've seen how you've done some shit. Like when I was thinking about how people on Twitter are, like how people on Twitter interact, I was like going, wait a minute. When you're sitting there trying to be like in a space or something, or you're doing like something where like unless like people actually follow your social rules that you've established with like, oh, this person's the host and this person's the co-host, or this person's doing a podcast or something, and unless you guys are like really good dynamics and things like that, this shit does apply to that, because that person will get mad or offended if someone's outshining them or someone's more important or whatever, and like
You took over my show.
Right, like, and so like there's these social rules and social contracts that tend to get followed subconsciously or consciously, and this book seems to like outline that, and it's so interesting.
Okay, my viewpoint on, since I've gotten way further in the book, is
Yeah, you've got like, what, 30 chapters.
It's 38. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's. I'm basically, as soon as this chapter's in, I'm 10 hours away because each chapter is like an hour.
Yeah.
So you saying the preface is like 30 minutes? It's like
Yeah,
it's a half a chapter.
Yeah, so
Quite literally.
That's right. Like the chapters themselves are like an hour, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like almost every chapter is an hour long.
Yeah, holy
Between
shit.
half an hour and an hour long.
Wow.
That's why it's a 40-hour book.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thinking the game's only going to be like what, 6 or 7 hours?
I don't know about
I wrote
that.
a baby book in comparison.
Well, most books I listen to, like Harry Potter and stuff, it's like a 10, 12-hour book.
Yeah.
When somebody else is reading it to you on Audible. Most of the books I like, whenever I listen to them on Audible, they're literally anywhere from 10 to 18 hours.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
no,
mean, I
I
can pull it up real quick.
Yeah, no, the average audiobook is anywhere from 10 to 12 hours if it's a shorter novel, or
But
it's anywhere from 20 to 40 or 50 hours, depending.
the reason I brought up to you that I thought it was... Oh, dang it. Are you not going to show unless I hit play? Alright, hang on, guys.
Around the year 478,
Yeah, it's... I've listened to 16 hours and 42 minutes, and I have 6 hours and 24 minutes left. That tells you... Yeah, because you were looking at... No, you were saying it's a 20-hour book. So yeah, each chapter's about half an hour. Because it's
Yeah.
48 chapters.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. The preface is literally a chapter.
Yeah,
But also...
yeah.
Well,
It's like half a podcast episode if the podcast is an hour.
we usually do 2, so...
Yeah.
It's like a fourth.
Yes.
But once you get so far into it, what I think you'll realize, which is something I realized, oh, this is some of the stuff about how people were running the world, or try to run the world. Basically, no, you're, okay, Donald Trump, here's you're gonna do, but Donald Trump's not like our current president,
yeah.
Biden, where it's
Yeah,
like,
Biden.
he's the idiot face, but blah, 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 blah. Because he can't really... He doesn't know what he's saying. That's why he has the damn thing in his ear to try to... Dude, I swear they're literally reading him scripts.
Well, there's a...
And when he doesn't keep up with the script...
on Russell Brand's podcast, Be Free, on Rumble, by the way. Rumble, you want to sponsor us? Basically, when I was listening to the Russell Brand podcast, Be Free, there was actually because he takes like snippets from like newscasts and stuff and then comments on it. And one of the snippets was Biden standing at some speech place. He's doing the speech thing and he has like a podium.
Oh, I've seen the short
and he's got
of
like
that.
the little cliff note thing and says...
He says like 2 or 3 words
question
and then he
number one, and
stumble.
then it shows like the person he's gonna talk to and everything, and like there's having notes and stuff which you can use or whatever, but he like literally reads it off like word by word, and like people say, oh yeah, he's a teleprompter president. It's like, yeah, okay, so we're kind of use that like a normality,
which means he's
but
an idiot.
but that's what you're
who
talking
just
about.
Does what he's told.
Yeah, it's what you're talking about.
Literally, it's the powers that be. Because I know that's the way everybody likes to put it, the idiots in charge, even though they're not idiots. It's like, yes, we'll just put the puppet in front of everybody.
Yes, people, you're getting something completely new from this podcast. It's a little different. We're going to be
talking
about
political. No,
yeah,
cat.
talking about a little bit of
Step on
politics, a
the
little bit of a
laptop.
book. Which, in all reality, I've been listening to a lot of Russell Brand recently on Rumble. Happen to love the guy. But I was listening to his Be Free podcast on Rumble. I'm one of his 3 million wonders, as he calls it. But like,
same.
so like when I was sitting there listening to it and everything, he pointed one of the things he pointed out actually, because like a lot of people get super sensitive about politics and they get super sensitive about, they get like triggered by it. They're like, they hear the word politics, they're like, but like really, it's
okay.
If you're in a social group and you guys have like more than one voice going on, you're gonna have politics.
No, hang on. Politics is like saying conspiracy theory. La 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 la. That's the first thing that happens.
So if you guys like don't like that or don't like any of that stuff,
Or think
maybe,
that's where we're going.
yeah,
to
maybe
be honest, that's not where we're going.
Right. On one hand, on another hand, if you still like it, next
That's
episode is
fine.
cool for you. I don't make literally don't make content. I'm like one of those content creators that sometimes I'll try to curate it for the audience if the audience is there to listen.
The TV series,
Right, and
episodes,
stuff.
yeah.
But then there's the other podcast episodes where I'm doing it for me and he's doing it for him, and we're kind of doing it together for ourselves. Like for instance, you'll be hearing from my book here soon, Snake in the Dame, which you see in the upper left-hand corner. Yeah, I'm trying to point to it. It's not working. Anyway,
it is that way.
Yeah, it's that way.
Just
Yeah,
point through your nose.
Yeah, point through my nose.
It's
like
that direction.
Head, finger goes right through the head, but like it's like an ethereal spirit. I'm looking around for the ghost children.
Because when I think I need to go this way to get back in the frame, I'm like, oh yeah, no, the camera's over here. I have to lean.
Yep. So
it's all. Anytime you're being recorded, it's always the exact opposite. So you got to remember that when you think it's over here, it's actually over there.
Yes. And I honestly,
unless you add like in a mirror filter. I mean, I know there's a way to do it, but I never paid attention to that shit because I couldn't care.
Yep. And the kids keep changing my damn profile. Fuck.
But it's a tablet. We use the tablets, not you.
You're right.
I know that's their thought process.
I'm not actually going to harm my child, just so you know, but I'm going to kick their ass. Let's see here.
Kick
Library.
Their ass in the way of, you frustrating little shits.
Yes, as in, like, I'm going to, like...
Stop touching my crap.
Yeah, I'm as in, like, you're going to lose any and all tablet privileges.
For at least a week.
Or something.
You're soft. You'll figure it out. Yeah, I think it's funny. We tried to do it on that, but because it's an LED lit, fuck, you're just fucked.
I'm trying to show the cover of the book and shit, which you can see on the screen anyway, but like, it looks just super awesome on my Kindle.
You have to point opposite direction of me to point at the screen.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, eventually I will have a paperback copy of it, and then I will hold it and be like, but like, like a dork, but like, yeah, no, I actually, it's one of my most, like, I wrote the book while, not while Luciana was inside the mommy, but after she came out of the mommy. Like, I'd read the second edition.
The last child was born.
Yes, after the last child was born. I spent the last, like, 6, 7, 8 months just... We'd go to the gym and he'd be like, so are you working on the book last time? I'm like, yes, maybe. And then like...
Maybe my ass, how far'd you get?
Right. Yeah, he'd be like...
Because I always pushed you about that crap.
Yep. And then like I would like show him different little bits and stuff and he'd just kind of nod his head and go, cool, awesome. And then he'd make suggestions. Like when I told him I had like a revelation of something I was doing in the book, he was just like, oh, you did that one part that we were talking about. I'm like, yep. He's like, okay, cool. So, that's that. But yeah,
you heard what I said.
Yes.
My mission is done.
Exactly.
That's how I work.
Yeah. So tell me a bit more about like the later rules of power, because like I know we got through like the first two.
Well, we went through the first one, and then I let you listen to Rule 38.
Yeah.
Or Law 38.
A little bit, yeah. Because that guy sounds like a fucking philosopher.
As rules, not really laws.
Yeah.
But I see them as, here's how to get what you want in life.
Mm-hmm.
But also with a lot of it, it's detach yourself from your emotion.
Yeah.
Don't get overly arrogant. Yes, I have my goal. Step over the line of where you're already set to your superiors, as in basically the people above you, like your boss.
Which we all know people like that.
Whoever, like, if I became president and you're vice president.
Yeah.
Your job is not to step on my toes.
Right.
But also our job, if we were political entities,
probably get really distracted.
It's the people who are like, well, this person paid for these ads, so you've got to say this way, because they're the ones funding the United States. And when I'm like, okay, and then I don't do what they say, it's you stepped over the line. I hope you like being assassinated, or possibly thrown in jail. Because it goes into like old China,
stop following the snake,
Roman
cat's tail
stuff.
Yeah.
Cat's tail's actually chapter law.
There's actually a cat chapter called Cat's Tail.
They go over the rule, and they go over how certain people use it, and how you can be your own cat's tail, or you can use somebody else to be your cat's tail if you know how to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what the chapter's called, but it's in chapter 30.
Yes.
Something. I mean, I thought it was hilarious.
I totally just took a picture of Jupiter trying to go after Simba's tail, and it's pretty funny.
Well, Simba's trying to lick his own
Yeah.
cock.
He's trying to lick his balls off camera. But, like, yeah, no, it's...
But I mean, no, but they brought up cat's tail and da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, because this rule and this, and it's called a cat's tail, and here's why, and they go over it, and who used a cat's tail, and who used it wrong, and who used it right, and this is what happened to the guy who used it and then accidentally took that extra step he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
He got killed or he got exiled. Like, because they go over Napoleon, how one of the guys, because he didn't want to get in trouble, was trying to tell him, no, we shouldn't just put Napoleon in exile this close.
Yeah.
He should be in exile this far away, because that's what he was trying to tell everybody while being nice, right?
Yes.
So that way it doesn't look like just some asshole trying to tell everybody what to do. But the part where he fucked up is because he didn't present it properly.
Mm-hmm.
Napoleon basically took back over. Everybody's like, oh, that's right, you were good. And Napoleon basically got the whole army to back him.
Yep.
Because, oh, we remember being under your leadership. It was easy. Okay, who we killing? Sort of thing. Not exactly, but I mean, that's kind of what it. The way they were saying it. That's kind of what it was. Oh, we know this ruler. He's not a douchebag or a pussy. Okay, I can back him. Because when he was in charge, at least me and my family got fed, sort of thing. And it's the you kept him too close to the center. And didn't push him off out to the BFE where exile should actually go.
Yeah.
Nowhere near anybody that could bring him back so he could take over. When Napoleon came back and took over for, I think it was a couple years before they realized they fucked up.
Yeah.
And it also
I know
talks
we're talking about the Napoleon the leader, but my brain keeps going back to
Napoleon
Dynamite. It's like, Tuna, give me your taunts. Eat your tuna.
Third generation. I tried to watch the movie. I got 15 minutes. Actually, I got like half an hour into it. But 15 minutes into it, I'm like, okay, you'll have fun watching that. I'm going to go, try to grow my brain, not shrink it, you fuckers. Well, no, because, I mean, I understood the dynamic of the movie. I understood where it was going, but it was going in a way, for me, that was like, God, people have to be stupid to actually sit and watch this thing. But that's when I was younger. But I also don't know if it was possibly the actor who's playing the main character, because I don't like the stuff he does. Because he tried to do like another movie or two after that one, because he became really famous there for a little while.
Hey, he got
and me
cult
trying
famous
to check
because
that
he was acting like a dumb
or
teenager.
look at it.
Yeah.
He's a dumbass. But no. This was also, I think, 1 or 2 laws back, talking about how the
John
Tsar, yeah, that douchebag.
I mean, he's been in a few different movies that are actually decent.
Well, no, but I mean, his original look in Napoleon was ass.
Oh, yeah, well, he's supposed to look like an awkward, dumbass teenager in high school, of course. A nerd.
I didn't like him
Which
for
is
the
funny,
first
'cause
couple
not all
movies
nerds are
that
like
he
him.
did. Now, there's been other movies he's been in that have been decent.
I was one of the nerds. So, it was kind of like, I think it was kind of playing on a stereotype, though. It was a bunch of stereotypes that are in the
That's
movie.
why some people could watch it. But I grew up on the Revenge of the Nerds, the original nerd movie. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go fuck yourself for trying to remake it and making a shitty version of it.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass, I'm out. but it goes over how a czar was in charge. Everybody complained about the czar being in charge.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you don't want me in charge? Okay, I'm going back to my home village and just wait and see what happens. You thought I was bad before. Wait till you see what happens now that I'm not living in the capital. It's not like they're gonna be the capital. We're gonna re-fucking form this bitch. Everybody about shit their pants and said, "Come back, please. We don't want you to kill us." He came back, and everybody was happy he was back because he warned them that was basically gonna happen.
They were gonna die.
Well, that the outcome of him not being in the capital of Russia and not being and giving them what they want, him not being the czar, the outcome was going to completely fuck them because they don't even have a system ready to go yet, but yet they're bitching and cussing and wanting him to go away.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, I'll go away. Hope you like getting warm with your house burning down and sitting in the fireplace, sort of shit. You know, like I've told people where somebody's made some comment, and as soon as you do that, I'm going to take 3 steps back, and here's going to be the outcome. And they're like, there's no way. Okay, I'll just take 3 steps back, and then I'm going to watch it do exactly what I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen it when I've told somebody, that would never happen. Okay, I'm walking away now, because you think I'm full of shit. And then it happens.
Yes.
And you just sit there and laugh at them because they're being stupid.
Yeah, I do indeed.
So, I mean, it's sort of that sort of thing. Oh, you don't want me here? Okay. I hope you like all fighting for your, you know, for every... What the fuck? Okay, only a hiccup. We're good. The hell?
I was gonna be like, what the fuck just happened? All I
was about
turn
to
back.
pull out my phone to see what the hell happened.
Yeah.
But anywho, it's the thing of, are you really afraid of Satan? Are you afraid of him judging you and giving you actual, true, 100% just rewards for your fuck-ups?
Yeah.
Is that why everybody's angry at him? Not because he's supposed to be the anti-Jesus or the anti-God, basically the pretend good guy.
Yeah.
Or good guy, depending on your viewpoint. But it's the thing of, if Lucifer's the bad guy, and God's the good guy, is God really the good guy, Lucifer really the bad guy? Is that just your point of view? Because I don't see Lucifer as being a bad guy, because God gave him the job of, okay, you want to fight me because you don't want anybody to end up in hell. Well, because you're being a little bitch. Here you go. Here's the keys to the jail, the eternal jail. They're gonna spin everything in, and all the people that tried to kick me out of my own world I created, my heaven, my home.
Yeah.
Here you go. They can hang out with you. Have fun. You are now their judge and jury. You can torture everybody any way you like.
Yeah.
Have fun. You fought me, now I gave you the hardest job in the world. Not being God like you want, being the warden of an eternal hell for everybody else.
Yeah.
Your punishment is to be judge and jury for everybody, and you have to dish out the punishment. You don't want them to go to hell. You want to make them all follow the rules, so that way they all come back and live in heaven, even though technically heaven's not big enough to contain everybody, sort of thing. It's a limited space. I always wonder how big
heaven actually is.
Okay. From my viewpoint, from told by my parents, and by learning this through growing up and looking, at other religions when I left the church before I came back a few years back, it's the most. Just think of the most beautiful, serene, pure place you can imagine.
Okay.
And it's a million times better than that. But the issue is where God, the Father, lives.
Yeah.
Is a planet called Collab. That's like a million light years that way.
Is collab short for collaboration?
No. That's the translation from the old Egyptian text from like Joseph, the brother in the 12 and the colorful jacket, who basically become equivalent to Pharaoh without actually being Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Before the one generation down, when they went back to worshiping all of the Egyptian gods,
Yeah.
and then the Jews, the 12 tribes of Israel, the Jews and the Israelites,
Yeah.
the whole 12 tribes that lived in Egypt became the slaves because the next king said, "Fuck you, bitch." Because once Joseph was dead, they reverted. This is what we've also gone over, that's the one Pharaoh who basically the Egyptians tried to wipe the name out of everything, and which is why the Sphinx has the face it has, because the next Pharaoh that came down, oh, it's a Jewish face. His face is on everything. Because my dad basically said, "You're the Pharaoh, and anything you say is the same as me or God saying it."
Yeah.
So since your God told you what my dream meant as a prophecy, now we can save our whole universe.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the comments to see.
It's just me.
Okay.
I just threw that out there at the beginning so that way, better statistics.
Statistics, yeah.
Well, I mean, the algorithm is people talking on your live and, that sort of shit. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Let's throw it out there.
Yeah, as far as that goes, like, is that like Thebes, or like, I'm trying to remember exactly what part of history that is.
What are you talking about? Which scripture?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
But I mean, it's Joseph and Joseph, the 12 brothers, and the coat of many colors. Basically, he had a pretty jacket because Dad said, "You are my heir." Didn't give it to the oldest brother, so the older brothers hated him for it.
I have none of this stuff memorized.
And sold him to the Egyptians as a slave.
Okay.
God basically told him, "Since you're the prophet, don't fight it. Just go along with it. In the end, it will all work out."
Yeah.
God tells him when Joseph tries to communicate with God, God goes, "Oh, okay, here's this, do this. Oh, the Pharaoh's dream means this." So he basically saved the Egyptians from the famine that happened all around the world, that side of the world at the time, when everything went to shit because there was a drought that came through.
Yeah.
It was a 7-year drought. And he asked the Pharaoh if he could bring his father told his brothers to send servants to go to the Egyptian Pharaoh to ask for food in trade for cattle, because they basically asked for help because they were starving.
Yeah.
And they didn't recognize him, and then he told them who he was. They didn't believe him. They went and told their dad who he said he was. Dad went, "He is your brother, you fucking idiots. What the hell? I thought you said he was dead." And then they all admitted to it. Basically got call-cocked by Daddy for being a little shit.
I'm having random flashbacks
But yet,
to that one animated.
the
Egyptian
one
movie.
thing is, he, even though he was hurt and slightly angry at them,
Yeah.
because they sold him into slavery, because they wanted their inheritance and didn't want him to have it, even though he was the chosen son to get the inheritance, because he was like his father Israel, which is Jacob.
Yeah.
That's where you get 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 brothers. There's only one brother younger than than Joseph, and that was the brother born right after the other 10 brothers sold him into slavery.
And how does this relate to the 48 Laws of Power, though?
Well, it's just part of the whole, because they go over like Cleopatra and certain things.
Okay.
About Egyptians and where somebody screwed up. It goes over a whole bunch of stuff, like in China, how all the
different laws chapters, guys, pulls excerpts from history So that's
from all over the
yeah. So
goddamn
that's what
place,
he's
from
talking
everywhere.
about. Yeah.
Well, no, but I mean, talking about Egypt always brings that thought to my
Yeah.
forefront of my brain, because the one thing I always remember is they talk about the one Egyptian pharaoh who had them all rule, said, we need to change our religion. We're not under the proper God. We're worshiping basically fake gods.
Yeah.
So we need to worship the entity that is the true God. And then once he was dead,
Yeah.
they went back to their old ways. And to my mind, instantly goes to Joseph, because he was the one, and the Pharaoh told him, okay, well, we're going to worship your God, because clearly your God knows everything, because he told you what my dream meant, and you saved us from this famine.
I find it interesting is that
But
the names like Joseph and like all these different names that are in that particular part of history end up being so different to the names of like
Napoleon
King Tut
and all that shit.
Yeah, and Napoleon. Yeah, all the different parts of the world back then, their names are all freaking different. Like then you got King Tut, and you got all the different
Tutankhamun.
Yeah, and you got all these different Egyptian pharaohs.
No, but see, I love that. Tut, we're
names.
gonna make it short. You mean Tutankhamun?
Yeah.
Fuck, shut up!
Yeah, like it seemed like the more prestigious you were, the longer your name was.
All the names, the really long ones, even the ones that everybody like, this person, you mean?
Yeah, and then
they're
there's like
like
8,000 letters in a
Fuck,
name.
do you remember that name? I don't know. It's just one that stuck.
Yeah, and like
Everybody likes saying the shorthand. I'm like, no, the name is.
yeah, and like our current culture, it's like John Smith
Oh,
or something like that.
like, well, my given name.
Yeah.
It's this
Yes.
long. What's the name you go by? Do you go by your full name or the tiny one?
Yeah.
You pick whichever, you lazy sack of shit, because I know which one you're going to go with. And the ones who actually don't go with my short name and actually call me my full name, they have my respect, because you're not going with the little bitch name. Like your actual name. You have the full name, and then you have the 3-letter version.
Yes.
Just like mine. It's the thing. Call me by my name, or shut the fuck up. But I mean, that's also like Kirk Duncan was talking about it in one of the things I went to his before you and Amber started going.
Yep.
It was, he asked somebody what their name was. My name is, my last name.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's I am, da 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 da. It's like, yeah, no, have pride in your name.
Yeah.
Because without your family tree, and without some royalty screwing your XXX so many back grandmas or something, if you wouldn't exist. The chance that you exist, or your parents never get to screw and have kids, because the world was clusterfuck and screwy back then.
Yeah.
Just you being alive is a miracle, so shut up and accept it.
That's part of why I
And be
get so
prideful of your
annoyed.
names.
I get so annoyed when like a certain someone is just like, oh, they're a Potter kid. It's like, no, they're not. Like his kids, yes, but
That's why I always say we're that's why it's Crazy Peas. Our last
Yeah.
names are Peas.
exactly.
But that's why I told you, whenever you're like telling me stuff, I'm like, well, yeah, because your last name begins with a P.
Yes.
That's part of the dynamic of a P last name. We're pompous asses. But while we're being a pompous ass, we're also helping you save yourself and bring you to the light.
yeah.
Whether we meet you or not.
Yeah,
Because I
it's
do
like-
it with you, and then you pass it along, and everybody's.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
What's,
love how this is working.
what's funny is I had actually told extended family members years ago, I was like, I'm going to bring our name back into power. And they were just like, wait, what do you mean? I'm like, well, I'm going to become an author and all these other things. And so it's going to, like, renew vigor to it. Like, because before it's like, you know, the surname was...
It's your thing that you've told me about it. It's like, technically that's not the genetic person's name. That was just the guy that was married to
Yeah.
great-great-grandma or whatever it was.
Yep.
Because she went and got some side dick and ta-da! Your dad or your dad's dad, I can't remember which
My
one it
dad,
was.
yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, but that doesn't matter. The name is the power.
Yeah.
Now, you can switch and go to the other name that you believe your true ancestor is. That's fine. But still have the same respect and the with the name.
Yeah.
That part, Dad taught me that. Young.
Yeah.
You're a Potter.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I could easily go back to the Anderson name. I could, because that's my ancestor right there. Is Hans Christian Andersen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now it's the surname begins with P, which also, by the way, is in my pen name.
Yep.
Part of TPAW. So, just so you know.
That's why
Fun
you
fact.
did it. That's why I'm like, why would you change your name? You've already got your nom de plume with it and
Yep.
stuff, and I just go by my energy, Karnage.
Yep. So it's just like, and part of the whole reason why I have a surname, by the way, guys, is because, years ago.
No. Pause. The reason you have a surname is because you grew up after the 1800s.
Yeah. That is
We're
true.
gonna go with technicalities, but
Yeah.
anyway, back to your story.
That is true. Like a lot of people today, the 80% of all authors are all pen names.
Well,
but-
no, I meant surname.
Yeah.
You said surname, not pen name.
Yeah.
But
Both.
anybody's last name,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have them, or they didn't use them as last names. That just told you who your daddy was, or who your king was.
Yeah. Because like you were of
Because-
House Baratheon or something like that. It's fictional,
Well,
but like.
Because my
So,
last
yes.
name comes from my ancestor. It wasn't his last name, but my last name is the name of the land he was given to
Yeah.
control. So that became his surname.
Yeah.
In the early 1900s, because that's the part of America he was put in charge of.
Yeah.
In a certain state. I
that's
don't remember what state
fair,
it
yeah.
was, but
That makes sense, actually, because in Game of Thrones they use the same logic. Because Daenerys, for instance, is Targaryen, but it's because of the fact that that's the land that they claimed was in the north. I think it was north or east. But they were.
I know
House
what you
of-
mean, though. Yeah.
House of Targaryen, and just like with Jon Snow, it was like House of Stark,
Yeah.
and that's just where they came from, and what land was sired.
I always thought it was funny. Nom de plume. Wait, what? First time I heard it, I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" A name you only use for when you write a book or
Yeah.
publish stuff? I'm like, oh, you mean my online name? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I
but
was
see, I mean,
explaining to you what a pen name was.
well, no, I mean, for me, it was, once I realized what it was, I'm like, oh, the name I use everywhere for everything.
Yep.
It's one of, I got like 4 of them.
But did you know that Jamie Foxx is not actually his real name?
Oh yeah, no. That's like Tim Allen. It's not
Yeah.
Tim Allen, it's Tim Allen, and I can't remember his actual last name, but Allen's his middle name.
Yeah. And I found out recently that Jamie's real actual first name is Eric.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that. I was yesterday years old.
I
And I probably had learned it
always,
before but forgot.
I always look for that stuff. I'm like, I wonder what this actor or comedian's actual name is. Okay, that's their actual name. Like Robin Williams, his name was Robin Williams.
Yeah, some of them are actually what their
He's
actual
like-
names are.
Here's my balls, this is my name.
Yep.
Because the comedy that, when he was coming up, he used to do really dirty jokes because he was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So he's used to drinking at the bar and just open mic night. He's already drunk, just telling dirty jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, Mom didn't like him at first because she's like, all he does is talk dirty. But it's funny, Mom.
What's funny is she's actually softened up to that because we exist.
Because of my bruntness.
And especially since I exist.
I think I'm the one who started that because it's like, but this and this. I'm like, if that rule's gonna send me burning to hell, then guess what? I've already been there for like 5 years. So can we like, language isn't what you think it is.
You're a lot older
The
than 5
curse
years.
words. No.
News today, folks. Karnage is
I
5
was
years
5.
old.
Since I was 5.
So, like, you know, the last 35 years.
Yeah. Brain.
Yeah.
Whatever, brain fart. But I mean, it's the thing of, I figured out that if I'm gonna get sent to the dirty, dark place where I burn in hell, even though we talked about it earlier, what I consider hell isn't what my church
Mhm.
isn't what we consider hell is not what everybody else considers hell. What everybody else considers hell is the underworld from like all pagan religions. That's the Catholicism. That's the bit, since that one was the first main church back in the day for Christianity, and even they got it wrong. It's the thing that's what everybody's gone into, but that's not where you go when you die.
I'm not sure where you go when you die.
If you believe in the underworld,
and I've medically died before.
Underworld, for like Greek and Roman and most of the old religions, it's the underworld is below you. It's down. That's where all spirits go. They all go down.
I remember you telling me that I went to the
Christians
underworld
being
at some point.
Huh?
That's where I medically, like, when I like medically died, was that I got into the underworld or something.
No. We were discussing it, and you were telling me parts. I'm like, oh, so you went to the underworld. You didn't get to the next spot because at the time, because we were still discussing a lot of stuff when that happened. You hadn't gotten to the point where you accepted the like Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints stuff that I'm showing you and teaching you and telling you about, because when it all comes down to the shitter, it's the, did you get taught? Yes. Did you believe? I wasn't sure. Okay, we gotta teach you then. Because it's the, if I teach you or I tell you all the info and you have it and you see it as being true,
yeah,
then it's the, okay, you've gotten to the point where you accept that's what it is.
Yeah. Hang on.
Whether or not that's the beliefs you've always had or not. But I mean, with as much as we've discussed spiritually, go ahead, feed. I'll just keep talking to them. With as much as me and you've discussed spiritually, I know, because you've even told me, it's like, you just opened my brain to something I never think about, because either it was the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but it was the LDS version genre, or what do they call it, sect within the church, that I made a comment to you that what they were pushing on you and the way they were going about it was improper on how you should actually go with somebody. You shouldn't force it. You should just tell them what you believe, and either they accept it or they don't. Is he jumping at you to try to get it?
I hope that's what he's doing.
Okay. I think that went in his mouth.
Why are you doing that?
You're in my box!
He's literally not even jumping for the worm. He's jumping for my hand.
That's what I thought.
He is pissed.
Because the cat was on top. You let that bitch sit up there and swing at me at the damn roof of my box. Just put him in there, close it, and walk away. He'll calm down once he realizes there's food. No, dipshit! No, dipshit! No, you done already pissed off the fucking lizard. No. Stay. But I mean, you've also admitted, like, I've opened your eyes to certain spiritual things that you never really thought about because of the way the people in the church in your life tried to force it down your throat, never really just talk to you one-on-one as a person.
Yeah.
Like, okay, here's what it is, here's the, you know, all the background behind it. Like me, also, I mean, because we talked, and you're like, I remember when I went back to the church fully when I decided, okay, I'm just going back.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but all that stuff you talked about, does that, like, still fit into the... I'm like, yeah, it does. The only issue I have with the church is, it's certain people in the church don't accept or realize what the scriptures tell them and the truth of reality in the universe as it is, because just me talking about it, certain people in the church that go, we don't discuss. Like,
yeah.
I'm not touching that. I don't think I'm, spiritually ready or whatnot, or, whatever their excuse or they were taught growing up in the church, or them as a convert is afraid to learn.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why are y'all afraid of learning the truth? This is the truth. Like we were talking about Metaphysical, the podcast.
Yeah.
They just dropped another video today, so. But me telling them, well, yeah, but the Anunnaki are angels, the angels that got kicked out of heaven. So this was the extraterrestrials. God says, you're no longer allowed to live here, but yet they've been coming to Earth and screwing women.
Yeah.
So they basically got a communication from boss saying, you're no longer allowed back. I've already sent the program through. You are now banished to that side of the cosmos.
What's the Anunnaki?
Anunnaki, they brought it up in, it wasn't this video that dropped today, it was the one before, I think it was last week or earlier this week. They were talking about how the way the Chinese described the beginning of their world, their mythos,
Yeah.
and how it had like an acorn or a pine cone shaped device,
Yeah.
but it was for power. And any picture that shows the Anunnaki, which comes from one of the original, like, far back as we can go, actual written down record, which they've tried to translate, no offense in my opinion, I think they've wrongly translated some of it, but we'll accept it because that's as good as we can do, or
Yeah.
don't be stupid, cat. But they were talking about how basically the gods for the Chinese origin religion is the same as the Anunnaki. Because the way they described them was the same as the picture of the Anunnaki. And I said the Anunnaki, or Anunnaki, is basically the fallen angels who came to Earth to screw women, which made,
Alright, so you're saying Anunnaki are angels then?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a different name.
They're the angels that came to Earth. So we made up a name, and now it's been translated, or we gotta make an English word for it. Anunnaki. Because that's how it's pronounced in,
I
I
wonder.
think it was Babylon, or, that Middle Eastern, one of the,
Angels are kind of like
origin,
aliens,
huh?
aren't they? Angels are kind of like aliens, aren't they? Not of Earth.
God's not of Earth. God the
Yeah.
Father is not of Earth. God the Son, who is a divine being before he was given his body and grew up as Jesus,
Yeah.
was divine and given a body. Because like I've said on the podcast before, this was his tester world. This is his starter world. The first one's always the fucked up one, because one world in every universe is also grown up in the church and heard from adults, Russell, mom and dad, basically, Russell and Brenda. It's the thing of every like universe you get, like we're in the Milky Way.
Yeah.
This is Jehovah, Jesus' worlds. Each time he makes a world where he puts entities on it, humanoids, the only reason he had to sacrifice himself on this world is because we were the first one. But I mean, if you think about it, if he's one step above an archangel, which means 2 steps down from an archangel, from Jesus, Jehovah, who created the world from Daddy's blueprint, because the highest archangel is Michael, but that's after Lucifer tried to take over and got cocked and told no bitch.
Yeah.
So Michael being the next one down from Lucifer, because it goes Jesus, Jehovah, Lucifer, Samael, and then Michael. And then, depending on what biblical or religious background you look at, any of the other archangels or angels come down from that. But I mean, especially like your brother running off and screwing a million, trying to go to a different world after you created it and it's doing good, seeing all the big titty, big ass bitches,
Yeah.
and going down to screw 'em.
Hmm.
Which makes, like we've discussed before, all of the mythical creatures, like the Minotaur, mermaids, and all these mythical creatures that are actually real, dragons, that sort of stuff. Well, I think dragons are basically dinosaurs, and that's where the flood comes in.
Yeah.
Here's a list of the creatures you need to put into the Ark Noah. So what does Noah do? He gets the creatures. He takes 2 sets. Let's see, what is it? No, it was 2 pairs of each mammal and earth creature, and 4 sets, male and female, 4 sets of birds. So if you think about it, 2 sets. So that means they had 2 men, 2 women of every creature. So that way there was enough differential between the blood. So that way when the children had sex, after land was able to get back onto, the animals, there was enough diversity in the blood. Because it talks about that in the scriptures.
Yeah, when they talk about the flood and they talk about Noah's Ark and stuff like that, I'm just
But
like
I mean,
going,
depending on what region you come from, there's like all the stories, they all say the same thing. Some guy built a big boat, took his family, his 3 sons, their wives, his wife, the guy who built the boat's wife, and animals. So that way when the flood was done, they could, have animals on Earth.
yeah.
Don't jump, dipshit. You ain't close enough. You goober.
There you go, buddy. Now go ahead and eat wormies.
Don't climb up there, dipshit. Get your butt off my phone.
This is our formal, semi-unformal podcast.
This is our randomness.
Yes.
So, but I mean, it all fits together. That's like the rules. The rules are how to get to the top of where you're at, but also a lot of the laws, but I consider them rules, because it's not a law. If you follow this rule, this will be the benefit. If you overstep, this will be it's going to bite you in the ass. You might get killed, or, just, you are no longer a valid voice I listen to.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Because it was talking about, I can't remember the guy's name, who basically gave President Reagan, okay, here's the situation. Reagan's coming to talk to me. Okay, I know the situation. Alright, I'm going to give him these 3 or 4 different, this is what you could do, but I'm going to emphasize just right this outcome, so that way I still benefit, and he thinks the outcome's going to be good.
Yeah.
That's why Reagan's considered the worst president, because he didn't actually president. He just, hey, what should I do? This, and this. This one looks best because this is the outcome.
Yet everyone will believe it was all Reagan.
Yep. It's the guy standing behind the scenes. It goes over it in the book.
Okay. 48 Laws of Power?
Yeah, it goes into it how, I can't even remember the guy's name, but it's a name, once you hear it, you'll be like, oh yeah, that asshole. Because everybody knows who he is. He's a famous douchebag.
Robert E. Greene is?
No. The guy who basically did everything behind Reagan's back and was like Reagan's top advisor, who told him what to do. One of his top advisors.
Was Reagan's advisor. Oh, economic advisor. Arthur Betts Laffer. That is an
Betts.
interesting name. His name is Laffer.
Lafferty. Or Lafferty.
Yeah, Arthur Betts Laffer. Because he's a laugher.
This is Laffer. But
He likes to laugh.
But I know people that called it Lafferter.
That Google.
No, I know. But I mean, Google's also part of the system, so those fuckers ain't gonna tell you anything you need to know, honestly. But no, I mean, this is... See, and here's where I thought the 48 laws of power come into place for me.
Yeah.
Me, it's not I need to learn the rules. It's an informative book, so I'm going to listen to the whole thing twice to make sure I know all the facts.
Well, those are
So
facts
we
that
can
it's free, so I can
discuss
listen to
it.
it multiple times too if I wanted.
Oh yeah, it's free. I mean, plus once you have it downloaded, listen. Spend 3 days listening to it. Go a month. I need to re-listen to that. I think I forgot what it was.
Yep.
I mean, you can literally listen to the rule, jump to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to listen to the whole thing, because once you hear the historical part, oh, I understand it. All I'll need is a refresher by listening to the rule.
Yes.
At least that's how I see it, and that's how my brain works. So I know that's how your brain works.
Yep.
Because we're very similar in the way we process information.
Yes.
So, I mean, a lot of the book is just, here's what to do, here's if you do it good, here's if you do it bad. Oh, and if you do the exact opposite of the rule, here's how you can use the exact opposite of the rule to benefit you. And here's where it will also bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
You get both sides of the coin for the good, the bad, and the neutral.
Hmm.
And for me, the guy who said, I think he actually got chapter 10 because he said he got through a fourth of the book. I wasn't even, but it's the thing of I couldn't handle it. I'm thinking, how weak are you, one? And two, I don't go into it to learn all the rules. I go into it for information.
Yeah.
Just to absorb it and see if I can use it in my life, my personal life, or realize, like I did within the first 10 laws, oh, I already do all this shit.
Yeah.
No, within the first like 10, 15 chapters, where he basically said he got to and like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
One, it shows me he's weak soul.
Hmm.
Two, I mean, no offense to the guy, he's a good guy. I have nothing against the guy. But that shows me how weak he is, that he couldn't handle the fullness of the book. And it also shows me how my neutralness to it will
That's right,
actually
'cause
be
there
a
was a guy
benefit to me in
There was
the
like
end.
that was that one guy who said that he couldn't get through it. Like he listened to
Two
like,
guys said.
Yeah, they couldn't get
And
through it.
I heard it on a short. He said, here's a book, if you really want to, go into the mind of basically a sociopath or a psychopath,
Mm-hmm.
or it'll turn you into one,
Right.
this is the book you want to listen to.
Hmm.
And then another short popped up where he was talking to a guy. He's like, oh yeah, no, I couldn't finish that book either. They both strong, the guys who were up there on the this is what you should do, the motivational
The
speeches and the
real-world
little
stuff.
snippets
Yeah,
things.
the real world stuff.
No, just like little snippets, like quit letting yourself get in the way. Like I told
Yeah.
you about Alan, or like I told Alan this last week, taking him to the gym. It's like, it hurts. It's supposed to hurt. You're not used to it yet.
Yeah.
Once you get used to it, you'll be like, yeah, that wasn't shit.
Oh yeah, no, I was giving out the coaching yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking to him and I was like going, now I sound like Karnage.
But I mean, I understand why they couldn't handle it, because they're thinking about it like, if I actually use these. But the funny part is, if Lucifer uses these rules, or God uses these rules, and that's how he got to the place he was, or that's why he's the dude in charge, why would I not listen to it? And if it's straight from, like, Lucifer, Satan, because as far as I'm concerned, he's what everybody thinks is God, in 90% of the Christian religions. He's the idiot in charge, because he's the one who started the Catholic Church. Because the Romans were completely against Christianity and anything that had to do with something that wasn't paganism. And then what did Catholicism do? Bring all the pagan rituals into being a Christian.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, if that's not the Church of Satan, what the fuck is? Because it's not. Because, Satanism or the actual Church of Satan.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with actual Lucifer and Satan.
Yeah, if you look at the Satanic Bible, for instance, it is very different to
What people
you would
think
expect.
it is.
Yeah.
And the thing I like about it, that I actually heard this from my father-in-law, was, yeah, the funny part about it, what it says in it, the only difference between me and the idiots who call themselves Christians or Judaic religious is they don't realize, or what was the wording? They don't respect or properly know how to perform their rituals to summon the demons they want. But my thing is, okay, would you consider a demon is the same as summoning an angel? Because think about it, we were all the exact same entities, consciousness, before Lucifer decided to go against Jehovah, basically the promised son, the firstborn, as equivalent, for this universe.
Yeah.
For this world. So, because he decided to fight against Dad, and he wanted to be in charge, he wanted to run the world, but he didn't want to do it by Dad's rule book. That's why he got his ass kicked, and everybody who went against Top Dick, God, and Chosen Cock, Jesus, Jehovah, that's why he got thrown in the clusterfuck he got thrown into. And the third of heaven that got thrown into outer darkness, which is what most Christians call hell.
Yeah.
Even though that's not their version of hell. Which irritates the shit out of me learning that when I was a kid. I'm like, oh god, people are stupid. But it's the thing of, they got thrown there, so they're going to be pissed because they got kicked out of paradise.
Yeah.
The pre-human body existence. So now, if they want to have a human body, they literally have to steal yours from you. Literally, their spiritual or conscious sibling. Their sibling. So, how angry does that make you? I mean, think about it. How pissed would you have to be at your brother to literally go unplug consciousness? Beat me, bitch!
It would be pretty aggravating.
Yeah, you'd have to be pissed as fuck to be like, I'm literally deleting you and taking over your body. You can die now. Be gone.
Yeah. Interesting.
They got kicked out of paradise, or they got kicked out of the list of people, consciousness, spirits, coming to this world to exist, become human, have the ability to be forgiven, and forget everything you were taught beforehand. The only thing Lucifer wanted to do was not make us forget how we lived and how we existed before we got a physical form. But like I was saying earlier today, meat suit.
Yeah.
Or meat machine.
Yeah, you should call it a meat suit or a robot suit.
Well, it's a meat robot.
Yeah.
Because you put in fuel and it operates. You don't put in fuel, it crashes.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like any machine. It's a meat machine. It's my meat suit. I always thought that was funny when they said that on Supernatural.
Supernatural, yeah.
Yeah, the stupid meat suit. It's not as good as the last one I had.
Yep.
You fuckers destroyed that one by kicking me out. Fucker was 2,000 years old.
Yeah,
How hard it is to find a body that works that goddamn well nowadays.
Yep.
I always love that sort of crap. But I mean, it's true though. Because if you look backwards at like skulls and all that stuff, they didn't have the issues we have with teeth. And 90% of the pictures drawn about people who lived 2,000 years ago when the world was a complete clusterfuck compared to nowadays, no matter where you live in the world, it's kind of like, why is everybody pissed? Especially in the West, because you get whatever you want. If you didn't get what you wanted, either you didn't work hard enough or you didn't do the fucking proper steps to get your fucking end goal.
Yeah.
I want to be a doctor. That's 8 years of college. I don't want to do that. You know how much that is in student debt? Yeah, motherfucker. But once you're a doctor, with as much as you get to charge everybody, you're making enough to pay it off in the first 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's the thing of, for me, college just sounds like a stupid idea because I'm not going somewhere where they're going to give me a loan that I'll never be able to pay off. Fuck off. I don't need that debt.
Yeah.
So, I've just said, oh, stupidity. Okay, I'm not doing that. Not touching it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I mean, but it's the thing that they're so pissed because they will never have the chance to have a physical form. And anybody who stayed in heaven or stayed at the premortal, basically, bar or hotel, whatever the fuck you want to call it, gets to come here.
Yeah.
Either do a good job or be a complete fuck up, die, and then try to heal or fix what you screwed up on before the second coming comes. Now, depending on if you're Muslim or if you're Judaic or Christian, depends on where your viewpoint on that is at.
Yeah.
Because what I always find funny about the Judaic religion is their Messiah is not supposed to, the beliefs and the viewpoints they have for the title of the person who's Messiah is supposed to be the person that comes back and just wipes out all darkness, all bad.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny part is, if you actually pay attention to the book, he's going to come, and then he's going to come back to do that. But they're like, no, Jesus didn't do that. He didn't wipe out all the Romans so that way we could have our free reign, because, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, well, no, you weren't supposed to do that first. Did you even listen to what the guy said? And even if you're like Muslim and only believe he was a prophet, I'm sorry, he had a pretty good goddamn speech that he kept circling around and telling people,
Yeah.
and actually did. That's like Abraham had 2 sons, one by the maid, one by his wife. He was way too old to have kids. And the one he had with the maid is supposed to be the guy who started Muslim. The Muslim religion.
Oh, Muhammad or whatever?
Yeah. His descendant is the one that started the religion, not him directly.
Yeah.
It's like 2 or 3 generations down, just like Jesus is supposed to be the one for the Christian religion.
Yeah.
2 or 3 generations down, maybe even more than that, from Abraham, from the son that God told him to sacrifice. Okay, you're willing to do it, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Here's something that you can sacrifice, a pure sheep.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it all fits in. And hearing that, I'm like, well, that makes sense, because it was your son, your descendants are the ones who are promised, as long as they follow the rules, to get a free ride back to heaven, but you gotta follow the rules.
Yeah.
Which is the Muslims, and supposedly the 12 tribes of Israel, the Judaic religion.
Yeah.
Although I think it's funny that Israel got taken out of it and the Jews get the name. Aha! Now you're the ones that are in charge. It's like, don't just like give a middle finger to your fucking 11 cousin timelines, family lines.
Yeah.
Well, they went out and fucked people who weren't part of the family. They broke the bloodline. Have you seen nowadays? You've all broke the bloodline. So that's why I like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, because it's like, no, the bloodline's gonna be broken, but the thing is, the church is gonna come back. This is what's gonna happen. And either you are with it and you don't have to be part of the bloodline, but if you are, that gives you a little bit of a benefit.
Yeah.
That's like me, Native American. So what does that mean? I'm one step closer to the finish line because I get a half a step, free.
Yeah.
Taking off my lashes for the shit I've done in my life. I accept that. That being part of the religious I'm in, and the way I've always looked at it from God. Nikki's age,
Yeah.
my daughter, actually before that, from like the age of like 6. It's never been false.
Yeah.
The falsities have been the idiots have been around trying to talk shit and don't know what they're talking about and doing what's against their own rule book to prejudge somebody because that's how you get judged. Have fun, you stupid fuck. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
That's like, technically, Dad was dead. So does that mean his soul is broken? Or does that mean his soul's already in paradise, gone through all the steps, and his body's just running on autopilot because you don't need a soul for your body to run? They even talk about that with the mythos of the brain prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, the Dementors.
Yeah, they can eat your soul.
Yeah, they can,
because your body will still run. You don't need a soul for your body to run.
Yeah, they give it.
They even went over that with
the
Sam because Sam didn't have his soul and his body just kept moving.
Yes, he kept hunting and other things without remorse because he didn't have a soul.
Yeah, without a soul, that's like the old saying, because I've heard it before, is the natural man is God's true enemy. Why? Because what does your body want to do? Fuck, smoke, drink, and do everything you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't give two shits about killing your neighbor because you fucking did something I didn't like.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
The primal nature, yeah.
Yeah. Your ape brain, or lizard brain, depending on how you want to look at it, and which mythos you believe in for science. Because technically science is a mythos too, because the physics that we think the universe runs at, and I've said this to you before, I don't know if I've said it on the podcast or not, is it's like level 1 of the 100 level physics that the world and the universe actually works on.
Yeah.
We understand this much of it because that's all we can see. That's as far as we've advanced.
Yeah.
Once you get to God level, or once the end happens and you no longer have a physical body retaining you to the bullshit of specific science, and you get taught the truth of how everything works, you'll be like, God, we were so stupid and so far behind. Because my thing is, like, UFOs or IEDs or IADs, I don't know. Whatever the fuck they're called now. Because UFO, that just means flying saucer. But think about it, all the crafts that have been called flying saucers are some sort of flying thing that we don't understand because it sits there and then it, like, goes 1,000 miles that way in, like, half a second.
Yeah.
Who's to say that's not God or the entities from basically that got banished from heaven using their non-corporeal forms? That's why the spaceships can move so fast, because they don't have a body.
Yeah.
So they won't get wrecked moving 1,000,000 miles an hour from point A to point B. That's what I always thought was funny. Well, the light's that bright. It's moving that fast. If they had a physical form, it would be destroyed. What if they don't have a physical form? What if Grays is the robot that their non-corporeal entities used from the stuff that's out there in the universe to build, to control like a body, because they can't have a body? It's like possessing a human. They're possessing literally a machine. And because they don't have a physical form in the machine they built, they built it in a way that going 1,000,000 miles an hour from one side of the world to the other, or 5 universes over, it's not going to destroy them because they don't actually have a physical form.
We've also covered the fact that God is an alien himself and that the angels are likely aliens. What if some of the angels were actually Greys?
No. See, what I'm saying is Greys and the Anunnaki and anything that's considered extraterrestrial could be other worlds that were created after this one, the Tesla world, once Jehovah Jesus realized where he fucked up on. After he came and did his time on Earth and was sacrificed so that way we can get back to basically paradise.
Yeah.
What everybody considers heaven. It's so that way we can get there.
Hmm.
And he had to do that. But after he did that, who's to say? Because he wasn't retained to this plane of existence anymore, because he had no more limitations, because his body basically became, he can, like Stargate SG-1, the ancestors, they're literally just energy beings, consciousness.
Yeah.
But they can bring themselves back into human form. What if, after Jesus died, went, took care of business, came back, took over his body, because he left and regained all of his knowledge that he had before he had the body, and came back. It doesn't matter if he has a body or not, because he knows how to turn his body into energy to just make his corporeal form more powerful than it already was, so that way he can travel and go anywhere and do anything, because now he's
So what you're saying
to
is,
just being God.
so are you saying that that Jesus himself can use a spaceship like a UFO?
He doesn't need to
in
use
his
a
brain?
spaceship. He can travel instantly by thought.
Yeah.
He is a consciousness that can come back to corporeal form, have a body, but he doesn't need to have a body. If he wants to, he can use one,
Yeah.
which he'll do when he comes back.
When do you think he'll be
But
back?
he doesn't
12, 13
need to.
years?
11 to 16 years.
So why do you come to that conclusion?
Talking to a few people, talking to a couple of people who have actually gone to the other side and been brought back, that actually remember it. And one of them told me, if you can't remember what happened on the other side, or you're not willing to tell people, that's fine if you're not willing to tell people. If you say there was nothing, you didn't actually see anything, that's bullshit. His words to me. That's bullshit. Now because me understanding the way his brain works, because I can read, you see me, I read energies like it ain't shit. I don't see it like Teresa does, or Shrey, or Amber. I don't see your corporeal aura. But I can instantly see it and feel it off of you milliseconds.
Yeah. So do you sense when people have gone over there though, and like what they were able to do?
Well, no, hang on, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
The issue I see with him, his viewpoint is, they went over, they got told the truth, they came back.
Yeah.
But my thought is, did they? Or did they because they weren't where they should have been to go talk to Jesus and God in their true forms, their energy forms, their consciousness? They couldn't talk to them because they weren't spiritually aware and had been taught what they needed to know here on earth, so they couldn't move to the next level, so they have no clue what's on the other side because they weren't able to get to that part. This is also part of the LDS Church. When you die, you go to spirit prison.
Yeah.
I always made fun of that, said spirit prism, because I'm a jackass, and that's when I was a teenager. But that's where you go because if you didn't learn anything on earth before you die. So that way they can teach you the truth, so that way you can decide for yourself, like, I still don't believe it, you're all fucking nuts, this is just some pipe dream, I gotta be high as fuck.
Right.
Or you believe it, you accept it, you move on to the next step. So that way, when the next step comes for everybody else that's still left here, you come back as a person who's moved on to basically step one of paradise before the second coming and basically anarchy and the end of the world.
Okay. Do you think that past lives, like reincarnation, plays into this?
Actually, I don't think that's true. I think 90% of what people remember from past lives is what they saw from their ancestors while they were following them around to see where they went, so that way they could be in the right spot for when they were born to enter their body. I think the entity spirits that are around us aren't kept. It's the pre-mortal existence. As far as you know, your great-great-great-great-grandchild or your grandchild is literally just sitting here laughing at us, calling us dumbasses, or like, oh no, he knows what he's talking about. To me, or laughing at you like you're an idiot, or laughing at me because I'm an idiot. What if they're here all the time? The spirits that protect us, what if they're not our ancestors? What if they're our lineage?
Descendants.
Yeah, what if they're our future descendants here, keeping us alive and protecting us so that way they can get born? They can come to fruition.
Luciana seems like she's really in tune with the things that are not seen. Because I'll be holding
Because
her,
she's tiny.
or I'll be carrying her around, and she'll be like looking around.
Between the ages of 3 and 5, most people stop seeing ghosts because they're not open enough and have the spiritual mind connection to be able to consciously see that stuff, because they've been brainwashed or shown too much of the world, or they have too much damage because of their parents and other people in their lives that they've absorbed, that literally cuts them off from seeing that stuff. Or that's where, in a lot of religions, especially mine, say that's where the veil comes over your eyes. You're not supposed to see this stuff. That's the veil that keeps you from interacting with the spiritual world, which you're not supposed to. And see, this is the issue I have with my wife. She can see spirits, but she can only see spirits of people who've died. I sense the energy of people who haven't come yet. That's why I say it's all like the diagram I drew. It's all different levels of consciousness and dimensions and being. You feel it or you don't. I feel it all the time. Honestly, I should have had 2 more kids, but her broke ass can't fucking do it, so I'm just gonna have to eat her, get a new wife. Pop out. You're a new bitch.
Is it because you can sense the kids that are not born yet?
It's either my kids or my kids' kids. 2 to 3 more from me, or 2 to 3 more that are keeping me in line so that way I don't die too early. That's why I said, because I've had the premonition, the prophecy, whatever you want to call it. I know I'm going to live till I'm at least 100 years old. I've been told this, and I've had this thought in my brain out of nowhere since I was like the age of 15, 16. The ideal came into my head, and I was told it's 100% true.
Interesting. Can you hear or feel other people's?
I don't feel, or I should say I don't hear. I can feel. There's always energies around you, Amber, your kids. Some of that is Nanny, Uncle Buddy, which Amber never met, but that was Nanny's brother, TPAW, and other family members that have died, but there are also other energies because the people have died. And I know this because of interactions I've had with people who've died. They don't even realize that the energy of the pre-conscious, pre-mortal body that's floating around us at all times. Most people don't realize it's there. Mediums, like the wife, have the ability to tap into the passed on spirits. I have the ability, I know they're there. I don't acknowledge them, I don't talk to them because I can't hear what they're saying, so that's pointless as far as I'm concerned. But also, I can also see the other, or I should say, feel the other energies that are around us all the time. That's why I left. Oh, I'm just gonna burn in hell, fuck it. Or by some weird chance, I've actually saved enough souls to save my own goddamn soul. I've paid the piper. I don't have to worry about it.
The reason why I was asking that is because the fact that I was wondering if you had sensed Luciana before she was born.
I knew she was gonna be a girl. You had 2 boys and you were 2 girls. As soon as Phoenix was born, I'm like, okay, the next one's gonna be a girl. And you talked about it, we're trying not to have another one, we're trying not to have another one. I'm like, y'all are stupid, you're gonna have another one. I never said anything. I just sat back and watched it. Yeah, Amber's bitching because the kids poked holes in a condom. She don't like you riding her. She doesn't like riding you with you wearing a condom. And if she's horny, she's not going to tell you put one on. And the doctor won't tie her for tubes. I'm just going to sit back and watch the stupidity. This is going to happen.
Stupidity. I don't know if it's stupidity, but
Well, the stupidity of, if she thought he was the issue, she should have gone to another doctor immediately
yeah,
and found somebody to do it within the first few months of her having Phoenix. But Luciana was guaranteed. I knew it was coming. I just sat back and went, okay, yeah, no, I'm just going to wait this out. Because when Amber told me, oh yeah, I'm pregnant, I'm like, okay, kind of figured. I knew it was coming.
yeah. Because when you say stupidity, it actually makes Mariner upset. Because she gets really offended because she's just like, that's my grandchild.
In what way? Like, the stupidity of children?
The stupidity of us having the child.
No, I said you were stupid for having another kid because you couldn't afford it. I never said you were stupid because you had a kid. I said it was the situation you were in was stupid.
Right.
Not you're stupid. You're not stupid. It's the... I should have planned that out a little bit better.
Well, to be fair,
That was the only
all four
thought
of
at the
them-
time.
Yeah, to be fair, all four of them were happy accidents.
They weren't accidents. They're accidents to you, not to them. They came on their damn schedule.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. When you're born, and when you should have been born, there's a 5-year gap in front and behind. Give or take 2 or 3 months. For everybody. Those are the timelines that your spirit was strong enough, or all the energy was proper, for you to be born. You could be 5 years younger or 5 years older. Give or take a couple months.
Yeah. This is officially the spiritual podcast with Karnage and
Well, I mean, we're talking about stuff, and part of this stuff, and how I'm saying it relates to other things in life, and you know me, I just go there.
Yeah.
And then you ask questions, and I give you my honest
Well, it's 'cause
viewpoint
it's like-
from
it's
my
like-
40 years of life and everything I've ever felt.
Yeah, beyond
And how I
like,
see now, being at 40, how did I not realize that's what it was back when I was 18? But it's also I didn't realize it because I didn't have enough knowledge to move
well,
forward
to
with
be
that.
fair, like, you know, we talked about 48 laws of power, and 48 laws of power taps into all of this. Like, it taps into social influence, it taps into...
Being conscious of everything around you at all times.
And it also taps into spirituality a little bit because, like, part
Well,
of
certain
spirituality,
things,
part of spirituality, and part of why our world is having so many issues is because spirituality has really hit a low.
Satan's taking over because what is spirituality at? A big fucking O.
Yeah,
And
like
who's the people most hated? Who's ever in charge of the Judaic religion.
right?
Usually the guys up top on that are the guys spit on the most. My church gets spit on every fucking day for absolutely shit that we have nothing to do with, and that happened in the past because people can't let go of the past.
Yeah.
Point in case, all white people are racist because you're fucking white. That's a subject. No, I'm just saying, and all men are fucking sexist because we have penises. So which means all you women trying to turn into men are sexist, and all the men trying to turn into women are sexist. I'll give you that one. But you can't call me a sexist because here's the facts, and you don't like them because you got tits and a puss. Or you don't like me because what I say is spiritual level 5,000 and you're still at like spiritual level 2.
Yeah, and it's interesting because like
Because, what is it? Andrew
When-
Tate. He's being hated on, right? He's been
Yeah.
hated on since the beginning. But as soon as he converted to Muslim,
yeah, he went
Islam.
to the Muslim religion.
he got more shit for that than anything.
Yeah.
And here's the funny part. What if he's actually the Antichrist? He became part of the Muslim religion. What if that's the one thing that actually burns this whole bitch down? I mean, I'm not giving him any, things, because if he knows it's true, or, if you know who you are, you know who you are. That's like me even saying, yeah, if I become president, they're going to call me the Antichrist.
Well, if you think
and
about
I've accepted it.
predictions and people
Prophecies.
saying, oh, this
I'm in the TPAW and
that-
blow my nose.
that person is the next Antichrist. That person's the
I've
next
heard
this,
a
that
few
person's the
people
next
say
that.
it's
It's all based and predicated on...
Elon Musk.
It's
I'm
all-
like, He's not the Antichrist.
It's all predicated
He's
off
just
of
a smart,
human
rich
ego.
asshole.
Yeah, it's all predicated off human ego and how offended people can get.
Well, it's not even offended. It's like, let's see, what was it? Nostradamus. There will be 3 Antichrists. Neapolitan was supposed to be one. Everybody thinks asshole in charge of the Nazis was one. We're just waiting for the 3rd one and everything to go to shit.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the fucking world. It's all gone to shit.
Yeah, it's really like kind of
gender neutral and all this shit, like anti-church, anti-being a family, doing all the stuff that made people happy 50 to 100 years ago is now being shit on, and you're called ruthless and evil for stating that that's a fact, even though people who are married have a family, and if you put on top of that people who go to church and are married and have family, those are like the most happy people in the world. Married people in a good relationship and married people who go to church. Those are like the top-rated people in the world on happiness.
Yeah, if you guys don't subscribe to religion or
come inside.
spirituality and you guys are atheists, that's totally fine. I was,
I'm not
partially
digging
atheist,
on.
so
I'm not putting you down. I'm just saying it's the factoid of that's usually who's the happiest.
Yeah. So if you decide that you don't believe in spirituality or you think a lot of this is crock shit, it's up to you.
That's your opinion, and I respect you to have it.
Yeah, you can think whatever
it's
you
your
want.
God-given right.
But if you're like suddenly like
vibing
vibing with this, or you're you have your own stories that you want to share, definitely let us know, because Hallett Fang. Yeah, that would be him. That's Hallett. Roar. Hey weenies, why aren't you inside here? Why don't you jump in, join in?
He's hiding in the trailer.
But like, basically, what was I gonna say? My brain.
You were talking
I got
about
distracted.
if I offended anybody.
Oh yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm so spiritual. Some people
so
will explode.
there are so many. there's like an entire like newer movement that's starting to rise on Twitter. That Diana Bishop and a few other people that I know from my Twitter exploits.
Yeah.
Diana's awesome, by the way. She's got this really awesome book called Gospel of a Witch. Go check it out. But there's like a lot of people that are on that space for spirituality, and they're talking about like, the cosmos. They're talking about like vibing with it. Talking about they do of course they do the prayer thing because she's spiritual as fuck and stuff. But like, there's so many things that are being talked about that are rising again. When it comes to spirituality, when it comes to connection with the universe, when it comes and Cornelia, she's one of my best buddies, and she is awesome. As you called a seer, like that's one of her talents and abilities. So I actually on the
I can't see auras, I can't see spirits. I just have an emotional.
In Snake in the Dame, I actually in the dedication I put America's Gandhi as her name. Like I put
nice.
Like dedicated this thing's dedicated to Cornelia Blackmore, America's Gandhi. And I showed her that page and she was like, "Oh my god, it's amazing" and stuff. So she was touched. But like, I basically the point is that if you guys are enjoying this, awesome. If you guys are not enjoying this, maybe next episode. But if you guys are seeing some sort of enlightenment, or you guys are learning something, then awesome. We're taking a bit of a detour away from our normal entertainment stuff, like Mandalorian and Star Wars and all that other shit that we tend to review. And we just kind of like, he saw a couple videos from a few days ago that people are he talked about where they were saying, this book is so dangerous, it was 48 Laws of Power. And so he's only listen to that and then we'll talk about it on this next podcast. And I'm like, okay. I got like 3 chapters.
I told you it was a free book, and you're like, give me a day.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll need some time, but like, and we'll probably revisit it again soon because I'll have to listen to the whole thing. But basically, we figured we'd take a bit of a detour because this book was so interesting. It says, look, I am Norse pagan, and
I already read it.
A history has shown that Norse paganism came before Christianity. If you ascribe to Norse paganism, you know that many Norse pagans are more lovers than fighters.
Oh, we want to get into that subject. Okay, here's the funny part.
I was going to ask you your thoughts.
See, I believe in all... I don't do the Norse pagan, the Egyptian, I don't do any of that. I'm Wiccan. I believe in all Godheads exist at all times simultaneously. And also what I believe is every asshole at the top of every Godhead, because it's all the same dude running around screwing mortal bitches, same fucking, excuse my language, nigga, screwing the same 5 hoes. What? I'm sorry, I got my ass beat for a year straight being the only white guy in an all-black neighborhood. I've earned the damn right to say that, and you don't like it? Come suck my dick. We'll talk about it when you're done.
I don't know why it hits me so hard, but she's so funny.
Well, dude, I mean, I think it's funny
fuck.
when black people jump down my throat. I'm like, okay, but yet the only reason it's racist is because you scream and yell racism. Guess what? We're all the same race. It's called human, bitch.
And we just lost Twitter. Just kidding. Dude, this is gonna go on Rumble anyway, so nobody can. So like, we'll find somebody.
If he gets killed on YouTube, you can like cut out the last half an hour and like, watch the rest on Rumble, and then link and
I could care less about.
You can re-fucking
I could give a shit less about being canceled anymore. I'm just me, and
yes, we finally got you there.
And so like, you know, we'll be on Rumble. If anything, if all social media, all big tech has gone to die in the whole of human, sensitivity versus insensitivity, we'll just be on.
But it's not even insensitivity. It's we live by everything that happened 50 to 100 years ago. Bitch cuss, bitch cuss. You don't live in that world. Shut the fuck up. It's not your goddamn struggle no more. You live in a world where you can do whatever the fuck you want. Get up off your fat ass and do it, bitch.
By the way, Hallett, I don't recall
no offense to anybody.
You ever bringing up Odin. I've only seen you bring up Thor, just so you know.
Odin's the big asshole. Thor's the drunk fat ass.
Remember how I said...
and Loki just wants to run around, pretend to be a boy and a girl, and fuck everybody. So
remember how
Loki's the original trans.
Remember how I said months ago that, like, I was praying to God and shit, and, like, Hallett and Nico both told me that, like, apparently that it might have been Loki that was listening to me the whole time? That's Hallett right there. He's the one who introduced the fact that maybe Loki's the one I've been talking to, even though I believe
I'm
talking to God.
Here's the thing, though.
You know, the Christian God or whatever God.
Here's the funny part.
Mm-hmm.
What if...
I have brought up Odin several times. I have only seen you bring up, like, Thor, bitch. Especially at the gym when you're like, Thor wouldn't quit. Thor wouldn't bitch out.
Yeah, he would. He'd go get a beard and sit on his fat ass. He's a god. He's got superpowers. He's like, I don't give a shit. Give me another fucking goddamn meat. That's how the character acts. That's how he's always portrayed.
Well, there's that the Marvel version, and then you got the Greek god version.
You mean the Norse version?
Whatever.
No, we're not talking about Marvel. He's got to be fit. He's got to look badass. No. Not the pretend he's fit. I'm talking about the real one. He's a fat ass with muscles underneath it, but yet he's a drunkard because he goes to the bar and drinks himself under the table, even being a god.
Yeah.
Thor always drunk himself under the table, and then when he woke up 3 weeks later, fuck, who did I screw? What did I screw? Who did I kill? What did I fuck up on, Dad?
Yeah.
Or daughter, or whomever. Shit, did I piss off Loki? Did I fuck him in the ass again?
I am paying attention to my chat room 10 minutes later.
Well, a little notification or something popped up and then I laughed at it.
Yeah. Hey, convenient memory there.
But I mean, that's like, if you look at all the old school gods, any Wiccan or, well, pagan, like Godhead, 90% of them, the god in charge, Zeus, Ra, most of the other ones, who were like the original god,
yeah,
or the one who was smart enough to kill the greater god daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Basically is, the mythos is, I killed your god, you fucking Christians, now I'm God. That's how I view it. They wiped away with God Daddy and said, I'm your God.
Yeah.
Because they got kicked out of basically paradise and got thrown to earth because you're gonna go there, fuck all the women, get the hell out of my house.
And I'm not up there. Cut, my allergies are doing me murder. Wait, what?
His allergies are
You're not
killing
up
him.
here in the office because your allergies are killing you? That sucks. Maybe
No,
sneeze
no, no.
your allergies
no.
out.
See, here's the funny part. His allergies are killing him, but he's hiding in a trailer that doesn't have proper air ventilation instead of being inside where he won't get killed by the allergies because he's 2-3 doors away from the freaking outside where he's dying.
Yeah, and also there's a broken window in there, so you're gonna get attacked by allergies anyway.
Take your
Just
drugs,
so you know.
take a nap, you'll be fine in the morning.
And there's a broken window in there, I know, because me and the wife have fucked in there quite a few times when we were younger.
And, well, actually, I don't know if Russell... Well, I think he put, like, duct tape over it or some such. He gave it a patch job.
Oh, he still said this. Did it change? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Allergies are doing me murder. And then...
The house is what set my allergies off.
The cat or the white people? That's all we got in here, mofo.
And technically the cats are red.
You sure that one looks pretty fucking white?
I mean, he's like red with some like blondish white
Tones.
hair, kind of.
Well, that's why redheads...
He's a ginger.
That's why blondes are called redheads, who have the fire fucked out of them.
Yeah.
That's why I always like being a blonde.
And also Simba looks like a lion, so there's that.
He just looks like a lion because he's got the poofy head.
Yes. And the house is what set your allergies off? How? How did that happen? Just dust get on your ass? Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
But I mean, like, he said house. What's in the house? There's no hay fever in the house. The door's been closed most of the day because I've been here most of the day.
Yeah.
I showed up after he ran off.
Yeah, I remember
And hung
like
out for like 2 or 3
yeah,
hours.
earlier today I was outside out front for a little bit with him and also with Jose before then, and then a little after that. But like aside from that, I've been up here, and then we left to go to the store and then some other places with the wife. And I don't know what allergies you're talking about. Not in here anyway.
The pollen's actually been low compared to the last week.
Yeah.
Because it was only at like, I think he said something.
Dogs, cats, and much of the dust. You are dust.
Dogs, cats, and you walk around, so it's your own fucking fault.
And you are a dog, so you know, or a panda. Yeah, you're a panda, so of course.
But see, here's the thing though. He has a dog.
Yes.
So if he's allergic, why does he have a dog?
Yeah, that's fair. You're with Stitch right now. Like, why are you bitching? We're just poking fun. That's all. We're just teasing.
Well, I mean, it's almost midnight, so yeah, this is usually when we go off the rails anyway.
Yeah, that is
Of course,
true.
I mean, 90% of the show's been off the rails, so...
Yeah, I was supposed to read out of a book.
That was your plan, and then it just went off the rails, because we were talking about spiritual shit, and then you kept asking questions, so I kept going deeper.
It's because I got curious.
No, nothing wrong with that. I've always told you, if you have anything spiritual or just anything like mythos that you don't know, or you want to ask me a question about, even about the books, because we've talked about some stuff about your books and how we could use the vampire and werewolf mythos to like completely fuck everybody's brain on what they think a vampire and werewolf is.
Yeah.
For fun! So, I mean...
So did all the pussy like get to you or something with the dust? Look, just because you got an immune system like Hercules doesn't mean we all do.
No. I have a good immune system because I grew up in the 80s when everybody, including the government, was trying to kill us. And we drank out of hose. So we survived because we did shit you shouldn't do as a kid. That's why my generation, the 80s and 90s, well, not really, some of the 90s kids, but mostly the 80s kids, we'll live forever, dude.
Bruh, 90s was pretty hardcore.
No, I'm sorry. You got the lightweight shit. It was harder in the 80s.
You know what really got the lightweight shit? 2010s.
Anything
2000s
after
and
2010 is they're all lightweight. But I mean that also goes back into the old saying: Strong men make an easy world. Easy world makes weak men. Weak men make a hard world. Hard world makes strong men. We're just rotating. 80s was super hard. 90s was a little bit lighter. Anything after 2000, 2005, so fucking simple and stupid.
And then the newer generation is going to end up saying the same shit the 80s did.
Yeah, when it all blows up in 5 years.
Yep.
But see, I'm just waiting for it all to, you know, it's the, what? You said I can't click? Oops. Well, you're fucked. It's like the red phone. Alright, who are we blowing up this week? Are they paying attention? Have they tapped this phone yet? Call me on my cell phone, bitch. Okay, I know they don't have this phone tapped. I just bought it last week. Okay, 556-8256-3Q5Z20.
Now imagine if someone...
We're nuking Iraq, okay? Okay, bye.
Now imagine if you got if like phones were officially being implanted in bodies, and then you have and then somebody like
have you not seen Elon Musk?
Yes.
With we're going to plug your brain into all the computers so that way we don't have to use words to talk, which means the next generation is going to be even lazier than your current kids because they're all going to have the computers put in their brains in. What did he say?
I don't know. I was trying to get to a punchline and then you ruined it.
What's your punchline, and then we'll read what he said.
My punchline was that what if they accidentally plant the phone inside your ass and so you got butt implants.
Now see, if they put the phone in my ass, it's not my fault if I call you when I
do a
fucking
butt dial.
take a shit or fart.
Then you do a butt dial. Hey, you know what? I drank out of the house. The light was my call for home. I shot guns, rode bikes. The green box was the hangout spot. And I got whipped with a belt and willow switch. I guess now he's playing Trumbo Olympics.
Okay.
Hardship Olympics coming right up.
I was never really babysat. It was, when it's time to come home, I'll yell for you. Go play. That was it. Dude, I ran through my nanny's, because where her house was, it was run to the playground, basically giant ass playground compared to what the fuck we got nowadays, for fun, or run down the street to the chick who was older than me that always had the house before that I really wish I would have married.
Besides, let's face it, you were born somewhere in 83.
January. I was born at the beginning.
Yeah, born in somewhere in like 89, when Hallett was born approximately. I was born in 91.
Same year as my wife, so still a young fuck.
Yeah, so I was born in 91. So we're all kind of in the same era here, and yet we're all like, it's like we're like going, my dick is bigger. So I don't know. I don't
my
do
Switch
Olympics.
was bigger.
I don't do trauma Olympics very much anymore. But yeah, no, it's
he brought it up, so I figured I'd just
yeah. So
we're gonna go there. Might as well go full jackass.
Remember how I told you that? How I told you that Karnage tends to go double down and full asshole is what I call it. May 1990. LOLOLO. Berserker laugher. Bunch of laugh emojis.
No. See. This just proves my point. I'm an 80s kid. You fuckers grew up in the 90s when cell phones and computers and the internet became available when you actually were old enough to use that shit. That shit came out when I was already an outlaw. I was 18 when cell phones and the internet came, 16 when the internet came out.
So Hallett just proved himself wrong just now. You know what he said? He said May 1990, right? Do you know what he told me the other day? He was probably really tired. He told me that he was born around the time that Batman '89 with Michael Keaton came out, and that came out in '89.
Yeah, I think that's off by like 6 months.
Right. So I'm just like,
I remember when that came out.
You just proved your ass wrong.
I didn't go watch it because I was a kid, but
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, the new Batman movie's out. I gotta wait till it comes up, kid.
I was lucky enough to, I guess, be born after '89, so therefore, Batman '89. Batman with Michael Keaton was already on VHS when I was alive.
Well, I mean, we've talked about it on here a couple times about me talking about in like '88 when all the Star Wars, I don't even know what channel it was back then, but it was one of the 3 basic channels where it came on regular TV.
I suddenly realized I need to own a theater so I can play Batman '89 in the theater. It sounds stupid, but like I want to like see that movie in a theater. That'd be amazing.
You don't need a theater. You just need a good projector and an empty gym.
I mean, I watched the movie on the theater or on like a wall with a projector at my dad's house. My exact words were that I grew up in a time to be able to watch it come out. See what? Look. You see the Olympics here? That's
you
so
know
funny.
I don't care.
Yeah, it's
I'm
so
just
funny.
having fun.
But like, I watched '89 again for like the millionth time when I was early 20s on my dad's projector because my brother convinced him to get a projector, like a really fancy one, and so we had it on the wall and I put it.
Because your dad's a bitch, he did move so.
Yeah, so I put the DVD inside the. It was not on Blu-ray because it wasn't refined by then. But
no,
like,
it'd be a DVD player, but
Yeah.
they had to hook it up through the white,
yeah,
red,
and I just put the DVD inside the PS3 and then watched it
Yellow.
on the projector. We both got to see it release. Meh? What about meh? What's meh? Batman? Fuck
or
you.
life in general.
Cause fuck you, so.
I think he's saying yeah, so you're like, we're going back to the. My life was worse than yours. Shut up.
Oh yeah, probably. But yeah, I watched Batman '89 on because I was working at Walmart at the time, and so I was like right there.
Oh,
and
of
so,
course.
So I went to the DVD section and found the 4 set, the 4 DVD
Okay, yeah, I
set
know what you're talking about.
where it's like all 4 of the Batmans, and so I went ahead and
$40.
$7 actually. It was a
Oh, you caught it on a good deal.
Yes, I did. So I got all 4
Nice.
of them at once and took it back to the house. Amber was downstairs. Went downstairs. Tried to talk her into watching with me. She was too tired, so I just kind of watched by myself on the PS3. Next night, she finally watched it with me. We kind of had some fun. And then watched Batman 1 and 2 back to back. I wasn't saying anything about someone's life being worse. I hope not, because, that sucks. But, like, I was sitting there upstairs and I was watching it with her, and we kind of had some fun while I watched Batman.
She rode me while I watched Batman trying to fuck Catwoman.
Oh, it was pretty great, yeah. I was very much going, I am one of the luckiest people in the world right now. Be able to get, some Pootie Tang while watching Batman '89 and Batman later Batman Returns. Especially a movie that like I was, definitive Batman live action as a kid. So like, having a really like
I didn't carry the
beautiful
way.
girlfriend.
I watched the movie. If I like it, I like it. If I didn't like it, I didn't like it.
Yeah. And like having a really beautiful girlfriend sitting there riding you while you're sitting there watching Batman. It's great. So she got bat-boned. Wow. Bat-boned? What the? I'm Batman.
She was pretending to be Catwoman. I am Batman. I am Batman. I am Bruce Wayne. Fuck, I said that.
The bat signal has risen.
No, but her IQ dropped a few points after that one. Ah! Where the fuck am I?
The battery has gone off. Oh shit. What's funny is we got Batman wedding rings too.
And I dressed up as Batman at your wedding. We
Yes,
were
you
that
did.
earlier today.
Yeah, no, we were talking about that earlier about how because they asked me what they should wear, and I didn't think they were gonna do it, but like they dressed up as Batman and his wife dressed up as Batgirl, and he dressed up as Batman. It was so great. We were at the venue
Church.
at the church, and
It was a church.
yeah, and the
The bishop got all
Bishop
sorts
was
of butt
pissed.
because we were wearing
And
Batman
I'm just
masks.
like, I literally looked at the bishop and went, "Whose wedding is it? Yours or mine?" And the guy was just,
but we're
he's a
at
dick.
the church, and I'm like, and he's deciding, leave it alone.
Batgirl went, "Oh yeah." My Batgirl did.
Hey, Batman always screws Batgirl. You just gotta pay attention to the right lip.
My Batgirl went, "Oh, Poppy."
Shut up, bitch.
Because she does that frequently, actually.
Because she's weird, just like you.
Yes.
You both are weird fucks.
Yeah.
But
We're
that's
almost
also
weird
why
when we
y'all
fuck.
fit together very well. With
We're
y'all's
weird.
lunacy.
We're weird when we fuck.
Y'all just weird in general. How about we
Yes.
just leave it at that.
I did mark this video not safe for kids, just so you know.
I hope it went through, because if not, whoo, shit.
Yeah. Oh, Batman, give me that batarang.
Okay, TPAW's dead now. See?
Something
He's
to rise to
here.
the occasion.
Harassing the show without being here, sitting on the cat.
Yep, something came up. That's for Will, one of the family members. If you ever end up watching this and like not getting mortally offended by anything you just said, that joke's for you.
I wouldn't doubt most people would run away, or their question is, why the hell is her brother laughing about it with his brother-in-law? Because I don't hold anything against anybody, and there's nothing wrong with talking about your sex life.
Yeah.
If you have an issue talking about your sex life, that's why you don't have one.
What's funny is,
I mean, you heard everything I've said. I'm open about all of it. I don't give two shit.
yeah, well, YouTube's just a venue, and so like even though we're streaming it to YouTube right now, and like I'm pre-recording it, of course, as always. I'm
Yeah, right.
gonna put it on Rumble, and I'm gonna find other places to put it. But like, I have like so many people that I follow where like their sex lives do get talked about. So it's
They changed the platform, or at least last I checked, for Twitch,
yeah.
and you can't upload your videos. You have to go live on Twitch.
Really?
You might have to check into that, because I tried to go into it and tried to upload
Twitch
two
is
of
for
the
gaming.
videos. We do it, but I mean, we did our first podcast was on there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was on my podcast, on my channel.
Technically, we could take the pre-recorded video and we can go live with the pre-recorded video.
And just have full screen. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you could totally do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't bother me. Groan.
Yeah, we could totally do that.
Don't groan. Just go to sleep. If it
Groan?
hurts that much, pull the dildo out of your butt and just take a nap. What? Weren't we just talking about fucking?
Yes, we did. We did just talk about fucking.
So
yeah.
that means everything's open right now,
Yeah.
because we're after midnight.
Yep.
If you're not 18, you shouldn't be here.
Yeah, this is practically the after show at this point.
We're the after hours
Yeah.
part of the show.
Just like take off that cock ring off your dick.
You're sure it's on his dick, or did it get stuck in the last woman's hooch?
Or maybe like the detachable penis that Jose's always talking about.
Well, no. Funny story. A lady I was friends with actually texted, and this is when I was with my ex-wife, text us and said, "Can y'all come over to my house? The cock ring's off his dick and he can't find it in me." I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna find that damn cock ring." The wife's like, "No, you're not. I'll do it." I'm like, "We'll see who gets there first, bitch. I'm the one who drives." She got all sorts of pissed. "Never mind, we found it." And I just laughed at that. I'm like,
Yeah,
because she had big honkers, right?
Yeah.
She got them D when she was with her husband. Then when he decided to do whatever he did, and he left, she sued him to get the D's out, but have them permanently perky, so she'd be a constant C, but always, "How you doing?" She got them lifted, so that way they're always like, "Eyes forward, bitch." Mine are, and definitely yours are too.
Whereas the wife looks like hers are constantly napping.
Hey, big titties are big titties. Either they stare at you or they cock you and almost knock you out.
Or they cock her and almost knock her ass out when she goes downstairs. Because when she goes downstairs, they go.
She's always bitched about that. I always think that's funny. Women, you can't run with these things. Strap them down. That's what a sports bro's for, bitch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I always think it's funny. I need big tits or I need a BBL. It's like, I don't give a shit if you got a BBL. Shut up, suck my dick or bend over and we'll have a good relationship.
The fuck's a BBL?
Big black. Basically, it's talking about getting an ass implant.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or getting liposuction. They're always talking about that on the Just Pearly things.
Okay.
Where a couple of, one of the black chicks especially, like, well, that's what men want. No. You're doing that because that's what all your girlfriends are doing because that's what y'all think men want. We don't give a shit about that. We like you the way you are. Bend over, fuck me, don't cause me hassles, and then you might actually get a husband. Or at least a decent boyfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, because I've even heard with some of, like, especially the Just Pearly Things channel, she's talked about, because these bitches bitch and complain. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. If he knocks you up, you two ain't even gotta be married. Y'all just have to live in the same apartment. You can fuck him just like if you were married to him. Shut up.
Yeah.
You get a free ride no matter what, because you got tits and a puss. Shut up. Quit saying men have it easier. No, they don't, because they're getting fucked by the system, and you're walking away scot-free, bitch.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that she's saying that as a woman, and then all the women, you hate women. No, I'm tired of you bitches complaining it's hard for you. Well, we get a free ride on everything. Fuck y'all. Because I thought the same way until I was showed reality. Then I'm like, that's a good fucking point. Anyways, he said something else.
Said over-the-shoulder boulder holders work wonders. What? Wait, like
Over the whole...
yeah, like if
Bra.
the legs are over the shoulders,
Bra.
right?
Over the shoulder boulder horse. Talking about bra.
Oh,
And they don't work with tits that big, my dude.
I was sort of going with like
Have
the
you never
lady's
heard
legs
that?
over your shoulders.
That's
kinda...
from like what was it? I can't even remember what show. I've heard it on a couple different shows. One of them was
To be fair, it's after midnight.
the
so my brain
Terminator
went,
TV show where they were. It was the son and the mom and the Terminator who came back to basically help him become John Connery.
Yeah.
John sent back, but she's like a teenager bitch with big tits.
Okay.
Terminator.
Yeah.
She was a hot little piece of ass. Oh, I'd fucking wreck her pussy.
Did you just say she was a teenager? I mean, she's not now, obviously, but...
The show was like 6 years ago, 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I'm covered. That's why I stopped. And then I said it, because I'm like, count.
Over-the-shoulder boulder holder work wonders, American Pie.
Fuck American Pie.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, no, that's where he's saying they said it.
Oh.
I've heard it other places too, but yes, it is one place where they've... I don't think it was the first time they said it.
Yeah,
I've heard it before that. But I mean, I've also heard it in like a whole bunch of shows too, so...
Let's not tell your mom when she gets home. Yeah, please don't. This one time at band camp?
No, see, that's the bitch you want. This one time at band camp.
Yes.
Will you marry me? You're a freak.
Yeah. It's like, you motherfucker. Yes, I am.
Damn straight, bitch. I hope so. I got 2 kids.
It has been said in several things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know there a couple TV shows or a movie before American Pie, and I know it's been said after that a lot.
Yep. And yeah, no, my wife definitely has over-the-shoulder boulder holders.
Yeah, the show's bitches about because her boulders are too big. She should quit eating shitty food.
Her boulders are really nice.
Hey. She's afraid if she works out, she'll get small tits and you'll leave her. I'm like, You have tits. He'll play
What
with
the
them.
fuck did
Shut
she
up.
say that? She didn't say that. She said
Not
that
to you.
she thinks that she gets small tits, I'm gonna leave her.
She thinks if she gets small tits, you won't love her as much because you married a big titty bitch.
That's no.
Yeah, see, that's what I told
That's
her.
not accurate at all.
It
I have to
has-
try telling her that. I'm just saying I will never eat apple pie and not be able to picture that scene in American Pie. I've eaten plenty of apple pie and not had to
I
think
never
that
think
scene.
about that stupid scene because that wasn't a groundbreaking movie. It was a funny dick and sex joke movie.
Yeah.
But
Well-
after that, the only funny part of that movie series to me, Stifler's mom.
Oh, there are so many things that are funny about that movie series, but I never think about that scene when I would eat apple pie.
No,
I just
no.
like pie.
I like the last one of the actual like original series,
Yeah.
where the two virgins who always talk about fucking
God damn it, now I want
see
pie.
what's his name screwing Stifler's mom.
Yeah.
And earlier in the movie, when the groom, I can't remember the character's name, shaves his balls, tosses out the window, and it goes in the fan, and like his nut hair's all over the fucking goddamn roses and flowers for their wedding. That's funny. The first movie, the band camp chick screws him because he's an idiot and she's not.
She's dating down, yeah. Or fucking down.
She's fucking down.
I want cherry pie now. I want pumpkin pie. I want pie in general.
Cherry
Cherry 3.14.
I don't want a pie. I just want. Well, we won't mention her name here, but her name has been brought up recently this last week, like 4 times, on my face.
You've mostly mentioned this person.
Yes, I started it, and I am proud of myself. Because I still want to get in on that. I want her to try to kill me with her hoo-ha. She will fail, but I would love to see her attempt.
He's thirsty for a certain someone
Yes,
that I will not mention.
because she's tiny, like my wife. She's breakable, like my wife. I have a type.
You just put dick
I
and
see,
pussy.
I see. It's an eggplant, that's not a dick.
I mean, it's used as a dick, whatever.
I thought it was funny when people started to do that,
Yeah.
using eggplants as meaning, like, suck my dick or whatever, and I'm like, why? There's no balls. That's like, it's only a cock. If you're gonna say suck my dick and balls. Have the whole goddamn show. I never understood it when at first, and then I'm just like, okay, that's what everybody's using. Fuck it.
Yeah.
No point in arguing with it. It's been going on for 23 years now. Well, no, not 23, like 20, because it was in 2003 when a lot of the smiles and stuff started coming out.
Yeah.
Before you had the pictures, you had to draw it.
Yeah.
I remember that shit. God, that took forever, especially on the freaking 9 key.
It took forever for me
Dude!
to like learn what they were. Like.
No, but I mean, doing everything on the 9 key. Fuck, that took forever.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I mostly
The
just
struggles the youth will never know.
I mostly just use the semicolon or the colon with the little bracket thing. People be
the
like,
winky smiley
yeah.
face or the smiley face.
yeah, people would just be like, why do you just put smiley face or winky face? I'm like, because that's the only fucking thing I know. Maybe with the carrot as well, but like that, or an XD. I still type my emotes out sometimes. I don't. I'm lazy.
I don't type out the emotes. What I type out is the dirty scene of a bitch sucking your dick or you bending her over. Those are the funny ones because it takes up like this much goddamn room to make
Yeah.
a decent picture.
Yeah.
The only issue I have with it though is the typing space you get and what it should get sent is not the exact exact same many spaces. I'm like,
There's too much going on for
that's
me to
a
remember
crooked
it all.
hooch. That did not come out right. That's my only thought.
I just choose whatever emojis are available on the phone at the time and whatever ones I can find that I like. Otherwise, I just do whatever.
Gender, color, neutral, middle finger, devil face, and eat shit and die. That's usually the ones I use.
I
Other
wonder
than
when
that,
I use
nothing.
if I use the shit icon and then the laugh face, or the shit icon and then the skull icon and then the laugh face. Am I saying eat shit and die? Because that's not what I'm meaning.
No. Eat shit and die is smiley face, shit, tombstone.
Oh, not the skull.
No. I mean,
Okay.
skull could be for death, but skull makes me think of like poison.
Wondering if people are totally misunderstanding my emoji usage, because I don't like.
Well, if you
I
don't
don't
use
get the
emoji and
lingo.
you don't speak emoji, it's kind of like,
I don't.
this is
get
what
the
I
lingo.
think it is. And if you're not sure, always put the words before and then do the emojis.
Yeah.
Or just put in the word, and if it gives you an emoji, click it, put in the next word. Okay, get that emoji. Next word, that emoji.
I'm suddenly understanding that TPAW knows nothing about emoji lingo. I know some things, but not enough.
No, I didn't say go to that stupid cunt.
I'm showing the 90s kid in me that knows like nothing about emojis, except for like that they exist and that I use them.
Yeah, see,
Probably
there's no
properly.
emoji for eat.
Oh. Okay. I know people have used food before, and like at work.
Yeah,
they
that's
use, like,
bullshit. It
food
doesn't show me the
icons.
shit one. The smiley face.
Oh yeah.
Alright, now we gotta go into the icons. I gotta find it. Yeah, see, I don't understand the whole skull thing. It's like, okay,
I thought that the skull thing meant dead.
well, I know there's one that like looks like you're eating, but I always thought shit eating grin, so I always put a smiley face and then shit.
Yeah.
So maybe that's me just being a goof ass. My favorite one is usually the demon face, but I mean, look, they've like completely fucked them because now they're purple and all that shit. That's like the stupidest crap in the world.
Yeah.
Hey, there's the shit emoji.
This shit emoji.
Oh, there's no eat shit and die. There's pussy shit and die.
Yeah. I do have to say though, I like the pictures that I took on the hike that we did.
Minus
Like-
her falling down and busting her damn ass.
Yeah, that one's a cool one though, because that one's like a landscape shot with like her standing there, but with her facing the direction she's facing.
You want a really good landscape shot? You gotta go down to Antelope.
Yeah.
Go all the way up so you hit the back road, and then head back towards SR 193. Because if you're on that back road,
I'm gonna
It
get
goes-
that printed out.
fuck yeah, it goes up the rich neighborhood, and at the top of the hill, the highline you get, the like landscape,
Yeah.
especially at dusk. Oh, beautiful. Now what did he say? Something cock.
Something cock. That's the I don't know if you can see it.
Nope. Remember, you tried this earlier. I told you because your LEDs light up your screen, you're fucked. You gotta turn your brightness all the way down
but- Shit. Hang on.
for it to properly.
Son of a bitch.
Now do it at the screen. They probably see it. Yeah, see?
Hell yeah.
You gotta turn down the brightness.
That's the waterfall shot that
Fuck,
I
I
want to
can't
like.
see shit. Hey, look, they can see it now.
Yeah. That's the waterfall shot that I'm gonna get printed at some point. Also, that means I'm gonna grab my thing.
Because you were trying to show earlier.
Yeah. See if I can do this real quick. See if I brightness down. Oh my God!
Back it up right
Yes.
here.
What?
Because you're getting a reflection. You
God
gotta
damn it.
tilt right there. Perfect.
There we go. Hell yes.
Not 100% bright. I mean, you get a better picture on the screen, but
Yeah, but that's what it looks like on the screen, guys. If you guys are still
turn your
watching.
brightness back up, or no, actually leave it dark because when your kids can't see shit.
Yeah.
It's mine.
Yeah, they're gonna be
Stop
like,
touching my shit.
they're gonna be like, it's not working, Daddy. And you're like, it sucks to be
Yeah, it
you.
is.
Yeah.
Walk away with it.
Yep. Like, thank you. It's like,
it's mine, jackass.
yep. It's like, you've got a tablet. Shut up. Because like that's what I do all the time now. Just go bummer
Especially
or
with
you got
your
a tablet.
kids, it's like, but mine's gonna charge. It looks like you should go outside and get some sunlight.
Yeah, exactly.
I
There
told
was-
Cass that earlier. He walked outside for like 2 seconds, came back in. I had enough sun.
It's
like- You didn't even go half a shade darker. Go back outside.
Yep. That is 3 Apple in the live, and I'm only person talking. There's 3 people in the live? Oh, that's cool.
Well, then that means there are lunatics, and thanks for popping in.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching our lunacy. If you guys have anything to say, aside from Hallett, comment below. Let us know. And, you know, try to keep it
If you
friendly.
want to wait till we end,
Yeah,
you
keep
can
it
always
friendly.
do that one and just throw in some randomness there, too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you guys end up like having more to say later on, and you guys just do the replay type thing, do that too. It's up to you.
Well, it's...
The Olive Kingdom. Hello, eyeballs.
Howdy.
Hello, the Olive Kingdom.
So you're Italian or you're in Italy?
Yes.
3 side eyes. Is that for my goofy ass or for his goofy ass?
Or for both of us, with the third person missing because they like decided not to show up here because they're
He's
allergies.
hiding because of allergies. No, we've been giving him shit, so, you know.
Yeah, no, we had to. But yeah, no.
I mean, isn't that what we do in general?
Maz, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Are you going back to streaming? Cause like I'd like to watch you stream it a little bit. Or he just likes olives. I don't remember exactly what Olive Kingdom is. I think Maz tried explaining it on one of his streams, but he
Does it have something to do with Italy? That's all I want to know.
he does enjoy olives. Awesome. Yeah.
Wait. Now we have to ask the question. You like olives? Green or black? Or both?
That is an important question.
Because depending on which one you like, depends on whether or not we can be friends or whether or not I eat pizza with you.
Yeah.
Or I should say, whether or not I have to order my own pizza.
Yeah, so Maz, earlier we were talking a lot about spirituality, this book called 48 Laws of Power, and then some other stuff. I was supposed to read, but then we got really distracted. So I'll read on the next episode.
You kept asking questions and I kept diving
I
deeper.
got curious. Both, please.
Ugh. Okay.
He likes both kinds of olives, apparently.
Hallett does.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much
I
for
don't
stopping
know.
by, Maz. Like, it's appreciated. I love both, but on pizza, black olives only.
Exactly. Like I said, I can handle that.
Yeah.
I've never had green olives.
Hey, I like
black olives aren't my favorite.
I like
but,
green
mean,
olives too. Like, actually, now I think about it, it's kind of like eating a green pepper
Ooh,
or a green onion. It's kind of like
that'd
that.
be nice.
Yeah.
I like eating, well, green pepper as in bell pepper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love bell pepper, so I'd probably enjoy
Didn't
the
realize
shit
what
out
they
of
were
that.
called. I
Huh?
didn't realize that green olive and or a green onion and a bell pepper were around the same time.
Green onion is a chive. Green pepper, bell pepper, unless you're talking about jalapenos, which are, I think it's red, then yellow, then green.
Yeah. So
Once they get to like the green, I think they're the hottest. Once they get to red, they're the hottest.
So yeah, I don't
I
know
never
when you
remember.
exactly popped in, Maz, but as you noticed, if you popped in 20 minutes ago, yeah, you could see an absolute buffoonery for the last 20 minutes of us just joking around at this point. But yeah, like we're usually we review like movies and TV shows, but this time Karnage just had the random idea. It's for us to like for him to listen to us to listen to an audiobook and then talk about it. So that's kind of what we've been doing for this episode.
Gotta finish it next week. You've only got a couple chapters in.
Slightly political, got pretty heavy.
No, not political. The book got political.
Yes,
we just discussed it.
Yes, that's fair. So if you are enjoying yourself, awesome. Next week we're probably gonna go to talk about a show and probably revisit 48 Laws of Power for a bit. But every week we try to have like a solid tangent to be on, even though for him it's like nearly impossible.
I don't have a solid tangent. You have a solid tangent, and I'm random as shit.
Yep. Yep.
But
and
it works.
Also, I have decided to no longer be nearly as PG TPAW. I've decided to be more just me, and if that offends people, be offended.
You know where the door is. Don't let it hit your ass on the way out.
I'm here for the carnage. Yes. No,
everybody loves my lunacy.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are very rated R at this point. Like if somebody gets offended over insensitivity, that's up to them, I guess. Apologize if you're offended, but I'm not gonna change it.
Insensitivity. Go work at fucking YouTube, you bitch. You can be the little hoe that fucking rewatches videos to make sure the algorithm got it right because you're an opinionated.
I used to see, but when the camera wasn't rolling, when we were live and stuff, he would hear me talk about how I was like, "Oh, like we're gonna get canceled or whatever," and I'm just like going, and now I'm just like, dude, that stresses me out. Trying to like not get canceled, which with cancellation doesn't really exist anyway, because you can't say that they're canceled if they still exist anyway. So.
Well, I mean,
I'm
Karnage with the K6778 on, like, I've changed all my profiles to that name.
Yeah.
The only one I can't do it to is Facebook, because I'm not making money offline, so I can have a business account. Because I'm an influencer. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I'm just
honestly,
gonna talk my crap and come hang out with you.
It's too stressful to care about any of that. Like, I just would rather just be me, be myself, and if people don't like that, that's up to them. Their trigger teenage emotions are not my responsibility to shelter. I mean, that's fair, that's fair. I'm a dad anyway, and so I am not gonna breed my children to like
be bitches.
Yeah, to be sensitive little people. Like they can be sensitive as they want. Hashtag canceled. Yeah, exactly right. I'm not gonna raise my kids to be the
scared little good for nothings.
Yeah, to be the people that will go on the internet and then yell at somebody and scream at them mercilessly like an insane maniac and be like, here's something. No, my kid was gonna grow up and be like, you're a bitch.
Or, why are you idiots arguing? You're literally arguing about thin air. Shut up.
Yeah. And then
Kinda like my son.
And if people come after me and are like, you're a bad dad, I'll be like,
no, you're a bitch.
I'll be like, no, I didn't. I didn't go to the store and then never come back. So shut the fuck up.
I didn't
I actually
stuck
stuck
around. Milk
around.
or cigarettes and disappeared. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like I stuck around. I stuck it out. Fuck off.
Well, see, that's the funny part about the red pill community. It's the red pill community likes to yell at females because, well, I'm not happy. Did you have a kid? Yes. Your excuse is null and void. You should have stayed with him because he was paying for you and the kid. Now you ran away, made him a broke ass, and now he can't afford to pay for you and the kid because he can't even afford to wipe his own ass with toilet paper.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the kids today, especially the really, really younger ones, they're going to be struggling hardcore in the next several years because they're being bred in that.
See, this is why I like the state we're in.
Yeah.
Because it's a red state. It's Republican. It's you know, the people are the no. I will decide what you teach my kids, my kid or kids, and I will decide what school they go to. And if you say something I don't like, I can move my kid to any other school. If you don't like it, you can kiss my ass on my way out.
Yeah, because there are certain states that are like literally trying to hijack parents.
Not trying to, they are.
They're working hard. Like, parents are working hard to be parents and to be adults and to, like, know how to do it all.
In Canada and a few states in the United States.
And the state is sticking its dirty little rotten fucking head inside of it and being like, I'm a better parent than you are. It's like, excuse me, government, you're a government, not a parent.
Well, see, and here's my issue with the whole government thing. At least with the current situation I keep seeing with, you know, all the videos I watch.
Yeah.
Just to try to keep on what's up to date, because I don't watch news, because they're a bunch of lying assholes.
Yeah.
Is the thing where it's, you're teaching my kids about sex in elementary school. You're telling me a shitty parent because I'm not letting you as their teacher do my job as their parent. You want to do you want to be a parent? Go have kids. I have kids. Then leave mine the fuck alone. Your job is to teach them information to possibly help them be a better person.
Right, exactly. And it's like, and when people try to tell me how to parent, or they think that they have like some sort of overlord right, or they're like, oh, well, we made a compromise.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I've been a parent for this many years. How many kids? One. You're not a parent. Shut your fucking mouth.
It's like, like the people that are like, oh, well, we made a compromise, so now it's fine. And it's like, okay, for one, you're not the fucking parent, so shut your fucking mouth. And I'm the dad, not you. So again, shut your fucking mouth and fucking deal with it. Like.
And no offense, shut up, my kid, not yours.
Right, exactly. Like, that's more the real me, less the me trying to be all whatever to anybody's feelings.
Politically safe is basically taking a dick up your ass and saying, thank you, fuck me harder.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, screw
and
that
I just
shit.
don't do that anymore.
I mean, my dad, even with his lunacy, has always taught me, you gonna get fucked up the ass? No, I'm not. And then when I do stuff, Mom looks at the situation because she was the parent who stayed at home, so she came to school. Okay, why are you like putting him in school suspension? Why is he getting suspended? What did you do to the other kid? What do you mean? He doesn't act unless provoked. If he did something, they provoked him pretty damn good.
Yeah, if like, I know I tried to teach my kids nonviolence, but
no.
But
okay, there, he picked it up. Now put it back down. He did exactly what he asked.
Yeah, I picked up
finish
the
what
phone,
you were
buddy.
saying.
But like,
sorry, I had to be smart ass.
But like, basically, if my kid, like, if there are like kids that are trying to bully my kids, like.
And my kid kicks your kid's ass?
Yeah, if my kid ends up fucking lashing out and fucking laying the kid on his ass, then
your kid's done
it's back to the 90s, son. Like, kid better learn his lesson. Just the same goes for my kid, though, too. Like, if he ends up fucking trying to bully kids and shit, and he gets laid on his ass, like, I'll teach him self-defense, but in all reality, I'm gonna be like,
well, it goes back to, like,
started it.
My dad always told me, if you get your ass kicked, you should fight. If you didn't fight, you deserve to get your ass kicked. Shut up.
Hello, Alan? Or hello, Howlett?
I'm just gonna say, all the fucking offenses meant. That is my fucking kid. Fuck you.
That's an interesting tangent we've ventured into.
Oh, you know what? Another one of my favorite statements is women sit there and, now, mind you, they consented to having sex. Both parties consented to having sex. We're going to go under that assumption for a minute, okay? The woman gets pregnant and then says, but I didn't consent to pregnancy. Bitch, you laid in the bed. You let him stick his dick in you. You consented to pregnancy.
Interesting take, my friend. I guess Howard decided to call in on the TPAW line on the commentary.
You cannot go into sex and think for half a second, oh, I'm not going to get pregnant. It's a fucking risk. It could happen.
So,
is there measures you can take to prevent pregnancy? Absolutely. If those measures fail, and you still end up pregnant, you still consented to getting pregnant.
Yeah, well, she's got 15 different ways not to get pregnant, so don't blame me because I knocked you up because you're too stupid to ask for a condom. Oh! Move, cat!
They make a solid point. Yes, they do, Olive. They do make a solid point.
So,
I am so tired of women sitting there and going, well, I didn't consent to getting pregnant.
shut up, you bent over.
You spread your legs, you did the flying eagle with your fucking legs and let somebody stick their dick in you. You absolutely consented to pregnancy, you stupid bitch.
I have this imagery in my head of a woman, like, literally flying like an eagle in the sky and getting a dick up the vagina.
No, I hate that I hate that statement with a burning passion. I really, really do.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we need to end this anyways because I'm starting to have abdomen cramps.
you did too many setups today and you're just like, "Urgh!"
I went a little too hard on the squat machine.
Yeah, by the way, guys, we go to the gym
crunch
frequently.
machine. God damn it.
Howlett has actually been going with us to the gym for the last few days this week, and has kind of gotten a preview as to what we do.
Did you let me sleep today?
No, we did not go. I did not go today.
Okay.
If you want to go, that's why you have to get your own membership sort of thing. Or be
No,
there
here's the thing. I was actually thinking I needed a break today anyway because I'm here to tell you what, my legs have been killing me for like 3 days straight.
Yeah, no, I feel you. That's when you first start out. That's how it's gonna be. That's why
You gotta get used to it.
I actually am in a Discord server with Olive Kingdom over there, and I have talked to them a bit about gym time and stuff, and talked about like when you first start out, you gotta be easy going on it. Like you gotta hit it hard as a hard ass, yes, but like at the same time, you gotta give your body time to recover. So like kind of easy going, and you just figure out what your body wants, what it can take, and stuff like that, and kind of go from there.
Well,
But,
it's like I was telling you the other day, I think I overdid it.
Well, that's something you gotta learn.
Yeah, I mean that's why stretching exists, and that's why we sat in the hot tub for a bit. It's also why we can work out something with like
We just don't
the
do
gym's
leg.
24/7, so we could easily like go there for a massage chair or something at some point. If
Well,
we need to.
I don't know.
What I
Last
was
time we went, the
thinking
massage
is,
chairs were crap.
I was trying to remember how many reps I was doing
That was
that
months
day,
ago, though.
and I think I was pushing about 15, 20 each time.
Yeah, I mean,
And towards the end of it, I started not being able to do as much. In fact, I started feeling like I was going to drop the bar.
yeah, that's why I said that the regiment we were doing, 10 to 12 or 15, is about normal. But the
You
regiment
can do
that
less if you need to.
yeah, you can do less
We
if
don't
you need
care.
to. It doesn't matter to us, but like for me, like I've done 50 reps in one go just because I'm crazy like that. But
Well,
it's
see,
'cause I
here's
can
the
take
thing.
it.
Alright, well, let's end it because I'm starting to get lightheaded and I need to go. So, whew.
But
It's been
yeah,
an
no, like I was
episode.
saying, here's the thing though.
Hang
Is
up. I have to
did
go.
what
My
I
physical
did
body
because
cannot do
I
anymore.
thought I could do it, and I knew I could do it. But what I wasn't expecting is that my legs would be screaming at me for 3 days straight.
Yeah, no, you're good. So what I'll do, Howlett, is I will talk to you here shortly. We're gonna call it for right now, and it's been great having you here, Olive Kingdom. I will talk to you soon. Hopefully, I'll talk to you soon. And thanks, guys, for being here on our episode of Crazy Peas, and may hopefully being entertained by our antics and our craziness. And we'll tune in next week. I'm TPAW,
I'm Karnage.
and have a week.